fuck? I almost fucking slipped. What the fuck?
Alright, so the broadcast begins with Relics yelling, "What the fuck?"
You didn't warn me.
I did not
Let's
know
take
if
and
I
test
would
it.
be able to start the stream myself, let's be honest.
Okay. I mean, nobody's in here anyway, so.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well, I mean, they can go back. Like, they can go back and review it.
Who would go back to me screaming?
That's-
What the fuck?
Also,
fucked up.
where's the link to the stream?
I don't know.
Hey, didn't you
It's,
just do it
have you
last
checked-
week?
No, Johnny
check
did
your
it for me
pockets?
last week. He found where it was.
Okay, well that hyperlink doesn't work, so let's see why it's not working.
Actually, just go to my if you go to my channel, it should like show up.
Yeah, it will, but like...
Yeah, so go to my channel if you could get that link for me. I'm gonna put up the lo-fi music.
How lo-fi is the music gonna be?
It's gonna be the
Very.
exact same Unova lo-fi stuff I played last week.
What's your YouTube again?
It's KingRock433. I mean, you should be subscribed to it already, really.
I am.
My bad.
Wow.
Subscriptions. Let's see who's live right now. Oh my god, wait, a new Jaffa Factory episode? Wait, Maybe I should just watch Yogscast instead. Wait, they revealed the Persona 4 remake. Oh. Pretty good.
We're getting another game soon. Oh no, mind, it's 10 PM. Ah, that's way too late.
That's interesting. I cannot find your channel, I don't know why. Oh, you know where I can find it though? If I go to PDD, you are a former content creator there.
True.
And I can go to your uploads somewhere.
Oh, I got it.
I cannot find your... He's got it.
Also, the order we're doing is Platinum, then Pearl. We're making Diamond wait till last.
Why? Oh, no, actually I get why.
Yeah, sure, I'm done.
Alright, welcome to the ISL Draft Show.
Welcome, welcome.
Will Coleman, if you will.
Yeah, sure.
Isn't it Willkommen or...
Willkommen.
It's
Yeah.
whatever I pronounce it to be, Shaded.
Nah, it's...
It's like a Volkswagen.
Yep. Ooh, damn, that's actually not that bad.
Okay, cool. I can actually, like, set up the stream so that... Okay, cool. We're good. Alright, analytics. Concurrent viewers, 0.
Wow, are you telling me now for the first time?
I mean, people can just... This is just an easy way for me to because it allows me to upload it while we're recording, so I don't have to upload, like, a 500 billion...
Oh, the speed is kind of cropped out from your, from the image they can see. They don't see the speed of the mods. Maybe you can
Yeah, zoom out
yeah.
go a
a
little bit
touch.
to the right.
There we go.
That's better.
Yeah, okay. Alright, we're good.
Okay.
Good,
So,
we're good.
welcome guys.
Yep. Oh, we
are
have
doing the
viewers
third
now.
one.
We're up to viewers. We got some viewers, folks. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the ISL Gen 8 Recaps show. I'm your host, King Rock. Joining me is Relix
Yo, what's up, guys?
and Shaded.
Hiya.
Alright,
Hey, yeah.
so we're gonna begin with Platinum. Then we're switching it up on you folks, because we're gonna do Platinum, then we're gonna do Pearl, and then we're gonna make Diamond wait until last, as they made all of us wait for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Let 'em
all
know
their
how it
teams are
feels.
good.
Must be.
Yeah. Okay. So starting us off, we have Blitz.
Blitz, yes. First pick, I think every single division picked Coco first, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think so. So we have a Coco
It's-
first pick.
Yeah.
Classic pairing with Coco, Infernape.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a classic, gets boosted Thunder Punch, abuses that Coco takes care of waters pretty well. And flyings, which Infernape kind of struggles into. Gliscor also pretty standard. Like the first 3 are just really good. Like
Gliscor really protects you against electric types abusing your own terrain.
yeah.
Like
Not a
without-
lot of electric types can do anything to Gliscor in 8 because Hidden Power Ice
Yeah.
is gone.
Without Gliscor, like, Zeraora just owns Coco teams.
Yeah. Tentacruel Bronzong, good solid mid.
Wait a minute.
Hmm?
Why is there a
Waiting.
water poison? Blitz, you're cheating on Toxapex. What is this?
Yeah.
Well, this one is better because
one is
it's
better.
faster and it does more damage. And
it flip turns now.
It does flip turn now. It has rapid spin.
Yep.
It's got a lot going for it.
We just hate Toxapex around here. Blitz
Yeah.
also hates Toxapex, that's why he didn't draft it.
Yeah, real.
Yeah, what do you
hater of
guys think
Toxapex.
about the Hooper here? So Blitz hit me up before he picked this Hooper.
what did
Telling
you
me,
say to him?
yeah, he asked me, like, does it fit here? I kind of hate that mon, but does it fit here? And I was like, yeah, it kind of fits, right? Because
Yeah.
every single mon pivots.
And you kind of
Hmm.
need, like with Coco and Fernape, you kind of need a big stupid breaker. Because
Yeah,
they're
this team
kinda
needed a
not-
breaker.
Yeah.
in Gen 8 at least, Coco can be a breaker in Gen 7.
For sure.
Yeah. Usually, the idea with like Coco pairings is like a lot of the time it's something like Mega Medicham, where that is your stupid breaker,
Mhm.
and then you usually have a second pivot to go along with it.
Mhm.
Infernape still works; it breaks well, but you do just need that extra firepower. And I think the speed tiers, I think they line up really well.
Mhm.
Yes.
Where like Tentacruel can run a good bit of speed, so it kind of varies between upper ends of 100 and where it usually sits around 230. Hooper can really prey on stuff maybe going for min speed. Tentacruel, it kind of gives you a range where you know Tenta just needs to be faster than things creeping Hooper then. So you kind of have this kind of really accurate speed tier for it.
Mhm.
I think it's good.
Yeah. Blissey also kind of good in Gen 8. Got the TP buff. It's one of its
Yeah.
best abusers. It costs 10 points here, which is probably fine. Like also still
I
has
think that's
unnerved soft
reasonable.
boiled. Yeah, that's probably reasonable for Blissey.
Yeah.
The Sceptile was really cheap. Sceptile also another classic Pokemon with Coco. Unburden, Electric Seed, SD sets actually are quite dangerous because Sceptile can almost always run Adamant. Yeah, and Druddigon just a low value, low point mid-tier mon that can check a lot of things. Glare, get up rocks.
It's also very good at punishing U-turn, which is something that Hoopa really invites.
Yeah,
And you do
I would've
kind of
liked-
Pretty hard.
Yeah.
yeah. I would have liked spikes with this team a lot. I don't like that this team doesn't have spikes because it forces so many switches.
Mhm.
Like that's maybe something that could have been done. I like the amount of knocks. I think it's 3 knockoffs, right?
It's it's
Hooper,
Gliscor,
Gliscor,
Tenta, and
Tentacruel.
Hooper.
Yeah.
I guess Sceptile kind of gets
Hooper
it as
also
well,
has
but-
it, right? No?
Yeah, Hoopa has it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's so 3 knockoffs, which is okay for boots removal. Yeah, I mean Blissey Gliscor is just so annoying to break.
Yeah.
This team is going to be annoying to face. I think this kind of relies on how well you can check the Coco. If you can check the Coco decently well, I think this team maybe can't outlast. But it's definitely a good team.
For sure.
Okay. Next one.
Next.
Yeah, I think so.
Next. Yeah, I was waiting for you to shout next.
Alright,
Okay,
so
this is the next one.
Oh. Man, this team has drafted my, like, 3 favorite draft mons ever. Who did this? Who did this?
I was gonna say, this is quite evocative of a certain King Rock.
Yeah. All of your Pokemons are on this team.
It's really like my 3 favorite draft mons in Milotic, Ferrothorn, Zeraora. My favorite, like, mid-tier Pokemon in Whimsicott. There's an Arbok here.
You just switch it up with a Blacephalon, right? That's a Pokemon you normally never use.
I have never drafted any of the Ultra Beasts for my own teams before, so I was very interested in trying it. Because what I was going off of with the Zera and the Ferrothorn was my ISL Season 6 team, which was built around, like, there was also a Sylvale and Hatterene for, like, major hazard control, because it was a Zard X team. Where the ground resist was kind of a pre-Mega Zard X. So I figured, like, a decent, like, replacement for that as, like, because I also ran the Zard X bulky a lot of the time, so I figured we can't have a Zard X, but we can replace him in the aggregate with a, like, kind of bulky dragon type that can check grounds in Hydreigon and a fire type that can accumulate a bunch of boost and sweep in Blacephalon.
True.
Yeah.
And Mamoswine's here because I kind of liked an offensive ground with Zera.
I think this team has great offense, but I feel like if you look at the defensive synergy, it's kind of like lacking a bit of stuff. Like Zera being the only like flying, which is fine because Zera really likes flying types to come to games. But also, like, your Psychic resists both being weak to fighting, or like your Ghost resists like being Hydra, which just dies to one Dazzling Gleam, so it's kind of hard to pivot in. So you really have to use the bulk of your mons, right? You have to use Ferrothorns and Milotic.
The way I built this team was any type that Ferrothorn and Milotic are both neutral to, I count as 1 net resist.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, that is kind of
fair.
Because that was how that team worked, was that neutral hits aren't breaking through Ferrothorn and Milotic. And if you'll notice, every single Pokemon in this team, except for Girder, resists either electric or grass for Milotic.
That is really true. But the fighting resists are kind of mediocre.
That's true as well.
Right? Like, you don't really want to switch Blacephalon in, and like, as great as Whimsicott is, it just doesn't have the longevity to actually beat. Like, just one correctly Poison Jab, or like even Bandit CCs often do over half if Whimsicott is still invested in Fizz Death.
Yes. That was...
It's gonna be a bit hard to play, but your offense is great.
I hope that like, Milo and
Pharaoh don't... Yeah. I hope that Milo and Pharaoh don't get abused too much. Because, like, both kinda allow subs for some Pokemon, and then it feels hard, right? Because then you have to switch in your squishies to break the subs.
No, I just go Whimsicott on the sub and encore them.
Fair enough.
You know
that's
me.
Honestly,
you know.
I know how you do it. I know you do it. With Milo's flip turn, that's a classic. Honestly, that's a classic.
But that was also the other reason, because I forget what I was. I think I was between Volcarona and Blacephalon for that last like big slot. Because at that point I was already kind of keen on the Arbok and Girder because I liked their matchups.
See how much Arbok and Girder are going to do.
I mean, Arbok is alright in the fighting types. Girder is a good mon in Gen 8. It's really solid defogger somehow. Guts is another form of status absorption, which is really nice.
It's decent. How much did you pay for it? Is it like 3?
Yeah, it was like 3.
Yeah, it's 3. That's okay.
I think it was like 3 and Arbok was 1.
Let's see how you're going to do like defensively. Because that's what Blacephalon, Zera, and Hydra and Mamoswine kind of struggle in, I feel like.
I feel like I don't know. I like the defensive synergy as a whole.
Yeah. I mean, it's your team. It's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one.
Next.
Sorry, I've thrown something out in Diamond. This is a...
Zank.
Hold on, I'm trying to like get the vibes going. There's
Yeah, get
obviously a
Zank's
big gap
vibes.
between DOS and Keldeo, and then
Mm.
there's not really a real Mon until 90 speed.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, why? Hold on. It's like I saw Silvally and I was a little upset. I saw, like Electabuzz in the speed tiers, and I'm like, whatever. I saw a Bulu. So, this is a team that I think it's going to be playing very fast, which is fine. Gen 8 is a pretty fast format, you can do that. Melmetal is one of the best mons on most sort of fast-paced teams because it always trades bare minimum
Sure.
1 for 1.5, if not 2 for 1.
Mhm.
Yep.
And Bulu can really help with
Silvally-
that.
Yeah, Silvally is weirdly positioned here where I think it's going to be like that offensive, like flame charge SD multi-attack style set each week, but it gets to choose its multi-attack to beat whatever the team's lacking that week, which I think is interesting. Like, it's definitely a way of using Silvally that's kind of good in what is otherwise kind of a mediocre mon a lot of the time.
It was
Nido's
not
great,
that
of
cheap
course.
here.
I
Top
think
10.
Silvally
Yeah.
is like good in Gen 8. Like, not great, but it's like a very solid mon.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, this is just very much like fast-paced. Not fast mons. A lot of these are hitting around the mid-tier because they're all just kind of breakers.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I feel like this team really struggles into water types. Like Metal and KO
Savali
is your big
Electric
two
is
breakers. Yeah, but even like Savali Electric, it's kinda
Get school burnt and lose.
Yeah, get Scald burnt. Like this team into Scald just
Well,
looks,
Savali
oh
can
no.
go special. Its special coverage is remarkably good.
It's okay, but its
I
special
do-
attack is not strong
I do
enough.
also think Keldeo beats most waters. Like, I think it just sits there on them a lot of the time.
Yeah, it depends on the water, but for sure, yeah.
Oh, Ari, this is
Okay.
Zank's team.
Like, I think the most prominent waters are probably like Washtom and like the Slow Twins in this gen, right? So it's definitely some waters KDO struggles against.
And
Like,
Toxic
look at the Slow Twins into this team. Like, I would hate to be like they just keep TPing and setting up future sites, scalding everything. Oh no, I would hate to play that.
I mean, I don't know, I think you can pressure them with, like,
Bulu.
obviously a
Bulu,
Savali
only
type. I think
Bulu.
Bulu helps as well. I think offensive Moltres can just, like, do, like, 40-50 to them with Hurricane. I think Melmetal can just set up on
Slow
them a
down,
little
for sure.
bit. Like, I think you're just running, like, Toxic Melmetal sometimes, and that's fine.
That is fine.
I mean,
but
the
they
Slow
just
Twins
TP
don't
anyway.
care about Toxic at all, yeah.
Yeah, they just TP.
Yeah, no, like you're sub-toxic, I mean. Like, you're subbing on them
Mhm.
TPing out, and then when they have to, like, stay in for a couple turns, you're just toxic bashing them. And you're faster than them, so you're bashing, like, with the toxic. I think it works still. Like, I think you're not completely
sure.
dead.
No, I don't think you're completely dead, I just think it's a really rough matchup.
For sure. But it's
Let's
not...
see how the Bulu is going to do. I'm not a believer in Tapu Bulu in Gen 8.
The hazards are also, like, kind of
Yes,
weak.
the hazards.
Because this team kind of really wants the Oxus Speed as a cleaner,
Yes.
and if you're not running hazards on that, your only other option is Nido King.
Yeah, which also doesn't like to run rocks.
Yeah.
It's a... Yeah.
Hmm.
I wish one of these, like, more middling lower tiers, as in, like, Buffalon, Electabuzz, I wish one of them was just a hazards guy.
They
like
were
a
both,
Smeagol.
they were both one-pointers.
Yeah. Like that, I'm
I
pretty sure
could
the
tell.
top 7 are just coming every time.
Mhm.
I don't really see
Which is
Buffalon and
fine,
Electabuzz.
but-
Yeah, which is fine.
I
for
could see
sure.
Electabuzz, actually.
Yeah? What
but-
matchup?
I think it, like, into some flying types, it's, like, bulky enough with a Violite where it can come in, spread status, and click teleport.
Hmm.
Or
Sure.
Volt.
Yeah, Volt. as
Yeah,
well.
but, like, teleport's far funnier.
That's
True.
fair.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, Buzz for one seems fine. Might come to one. or
Buffalon
two
is just, like... Buffalon just feels like, oh, crap, I'm gonna lose to this Spectria, and I don't want to bring Silvally normal. Let me grab
Mhm.
big guy.
This team is hella offensive. Let's see if Zen can make it work.
Alright, next.
Yeah, weird one for Zank.
Yeah, not. I mean, he does like to set up, and almost all of these mons kinda set up. Kinda. Nidoking doesn't, but Sub or Nidoking is kind of like setting up, right?
Yeah.
It's true. Alright, Delta next.
Yes, next one. This is, it should be Rivet.
Rivet.
Yep, that's Rivet.
Alright, what do we think here?
Just copying more teams, so you start.
Alright, so Gen 8 Mew, very strong. Definitely its strongest generation. Unnerfed recovery, it has all its setup options in this gen. All the hazard options, it has defog, you're never running defog on it. Will-O-Wisp is the...
You can run defog like 1 week, right? It's weird because you have to think about it as like, this is 3 weeks for this team. And I do think you're probably running setup Mew in all 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But like, in a 9-week season, you definitely have to consider bulky Mew pretty, like, often. Because it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team has a lot of good defoggers though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't need to on this team.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel like this team might play with just a hazardless game because the only rocker besides Mew is the Crocodile, and then your only other source of hazards is T-Spike's Wheezing.
What
Yeah.
I think I don't really like is having Neuvan and Togekiss both being like we always talk about the Steel Dragon Fairy core, right? This is a really weird core.
Yeah, I
like
feel
two flying types and then the fakest steel type ever made, Katana. That's kinda...
Yeah,
But don't worry, he's the ice resist.
like something like Kirim will Kirim is very scary to this team.
Mm.
Hear me out.
Yeah,
The dragon on this
Kyurem.
team is Rotom Wash.
kinda, but that doesn't really help against Kyurem. Wait, who has Kyurem? Oh, let's go, it's me. Like to see
Okay,
it.
bad. Okay, pal.
Yeah, this Rotom seems like it has to have a lot of pressure. Like, the electric matchup is so weird because both electric resists are weak to fighting, and there's a certain...
And
Fighting,
Cortana in many ways is weak to electric.
Yes, also true. Like, it's basically only Crook.
It's true.
And there's a lot of electric types that can abuse Crook. Mainly Zara and Coco, the main ones. Just click CC and Dazzling Gleam. I feel it's going to be really hard. Your Dragon not resisting electric here.
And I feel like you didn't have a problem with ground weakness with Togekiss and Rotom anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why we picked double flying and then another wheezing. Like, no grounded poison either. I mean, this team isn't really T-Spike weak because
neutralizing
everything
gas
is flying.
is possible.
Yeah, but you know, it's running like Levitate most of the time. If it even comes with this team.
Yeah. I don't know, I think Gen 8
Like,
is a
Togekiss
good
and
mon.
Mew already, like Neuvan, yeah, it definitely is a good mon, don't get me wrong. But don't Togekiss, Mew, and Neuvan already beat most fightings?
Yeah.
Why did we need Wheezing here?
I mean, you kind of need the fairy resist. I guess
Yeah.
the
Yeah, the
Chandelure is... But
The
like,
fairy resist is important here for sure.
like I'm trying to think of what strong fairies are like is Lele drafted?
No, I don't think so.
Well, not that Wheezing would
is.
help with Lele.
I was about to say, yeah, it's Lele dropped it. Yeah, the best Lele check in the game right here.
Is Lele drafted? Where even is it on the tier list?
It's like 15, 16, right?
I don't see it in 15 and 16. Am I looking, or am I looking at the wrong bot? Okay. Oh, it is
Yeah, make
drafted
sure you're in the Gen
15.
8.
Somebody has it.
Okay.
Yeah, Lele would
Somebody.
be very problematic to switch into. Yeah, a lot of specifically special fairies. Physical fairies you're kind of fine into with Cortana, because Cortana has.
I looked at Pearl. No, and Plat Lele went undrafted. That's what I thought. I
Okay.
didn't remember
Yeah.
a team picking it.
Stupid.
All right, Rivet is safe for now.
Yeah. I don't know, this card seems like it just destroys this team's defensive functions. I don't know. Like, I love card. I think card is absolutely broken, but I feel like it needs a good backbone. Because what
Yeah.
often happens with card, either Pokemon switch into your, like, Scarf Block moves, or they sack something and then they bring something in that revenges card and you have to switch again. Like, card is a really, like, click one move, switch out kind of Pokemon. And this team does have defense. Isn't this another team where Mew is forced to be defensive? a lot of times. And also play like the hazard game on its own because like it's only Crook helping with hazards.
Yeah, I
it's-
think
it's tough.
as we said kind of before, it's just people will just like it's just not going to be very hazard dense.
Mm. I mean, Mew is still broken though.
Mhm.
Really annoying though that everything's still less toxic.
No.
Imagine a Gen 8 Mew.
I was about to say no fighting type on this team with Mew is interesting, but it does have a grap lock. But anyway,
Okay,
no real
are we
fighting
talking-
type on this team is with Mew is it
Yeah.
weird because you kind of want something to pressure the darks.
Hmm.
Because the darks
For
are
sure.
always going to be there versus Gen 8 Mew.
They should be. They should be. Oh, everything is carrying toxic.
Mhm. Or like phasing.
Okay. I'm interested to see how this team plays.
Mhm.
I also don't think Neuvan is that guy as a fast Pokemon to revenge kill everything that this team needs. Like it's Neuvan card and then it's already slow, right? How often does Mew even run max speed? I think like every second week maybe.
I feel like I never run max speed on that guy.
Yeah, it's really rare. It's only the DD set and maybe the End Nasty Plot set, but that also only happens into teams that really hover around like the 90 to 80 speed tier. Then you run max speed Mew. I'm interested to see how this plays. We'll see. Let's go to the next one.
Next.
Okay. This is this Johnny?
No, this is a Healy. Or no, this is a silent
No,
musician.
this is not a Healy. Yeah, this is a
This-
silent musician. This is one of the slowest teams I've ever seen. I saw this getting drafted,
Mhm.
and I was like, no way, your speed is Virizion and Delphox. Those ones are kind of mid.
Yeah,
Like, this is so slow.
I was calcing versus Virizion for my Gen 6 matchup this week, and I was really afraid of it until I
Mhm.
did said calcs, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't even KO Tentacruel after an SD.
Yeah. This team also has no flying, because Trevor has the Taunt-T.
Mhm.
We're clicking Hurricane into this team.
We are clicking Hurricane.
We are clicking Hurricane. It's also kind of weird. I don't think Pangoro is good enough of a Pokemon to be your only Ghost Resist. I feel like Gen 8 is when Pursuit left, is where a lot of Ghost types got a lot better. So Pangoro, it's going to be hard. Like this team into Scarf Shadow Ball seems really hard. Specs Shadow Ball from Gengar. Like this team doesn't even have a faster Pokemon than Gengar. So you probably have to run Scarf Lando like almost every week. Because Necrozma is not really good Scarfer. All of the Pokemon
is much
lower.
better setup.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this team is bulky as fuck, but if you can break through this team's like defensive core,
Mhm.
it's going to be hard. Like, there's 4 Pokemon in 65 to 58 here. And that is generally a speed tier where you just don't run speed at all.
Mhm.
So it doesn't really threaten all the speed tiers above. I'm not a big fan of this team, honestly.
Yeah.
I think the team just is too slow in a game where speed just matters way too much.
Yeah, I don't have much more to add here.
Clef is
Yeah.
broken, of course, but we'll see.
Next.
Okay, Ice 3. This is. Wait, did I not copy paste? Oh, I copy pasted this team twice. Oh, fraud alert. Fraud alert.
Stupid. If only I was doing it.
Yeah, if only I wouldn't choke every single time. SMH. Let me just change this. Okay, this is. We all know who this is when looking at the team. It's the most poppy team we have all ever seen. It's a Greninja.
It has a
Uxie on
Greninja on it.
And
Oh
a
no, there's
Rotom
no
as well.
Uxie on it.
No Uxie,
Yeah, that's
but it
true.
does have Rotom.
Yeah.
Latios does not have
Um,
pivoting in this gen, so it's a little...
Yeah.
It's interesting.
no Luster
It's weird
Perch
because
buffed.
like it is a blue guy, so it should have the blue move in flip turn, but
Mhm.
That is very true. Not a lot of blue guys have the blue move. That's what I've been
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, this team, actually kind of funny story I can tell is, I was actually planning to go Korf, Sevion, Rotom in exactly the pick order Papi drafted them.
Mhm.
And I saw them go, and I was like, okay, I guess I changed. It was kind of funny, just sorry, so that he basically picked 4 to 6 that I would have picked.
Alright,
yeah.
so right away, something I've noticed that is a bit of a problem is the only stealth rocker on this team is Miltank.
Yep, that's a big problem.
Yeah, for those
Yeah.
of you uninitiated,
Wait, that's-
Gastrodon you did not get hazards and become a viable Pokemon until Gen 9. I just don't respect any ground type that doesn't learn Stealth Rock, but that's kind of my own like personal thing.
It's tough. Like you
I
need
just-
to have a
I
convincing
just
reason why.
I refuse to draft ground types that don't learn Stealth Rock. Steel types, I can be convinced. Grounds, no.
I don't know. I had a really nice season with Blood Moon recently, and I was like, you know what? This one's so broken. It's fine not having rocks.
Yeah. It's fair. Yeah. What to say about this team? I mean, it has good threats: Greninja, Latios, Victini, Classic Core in Flying Steel plus Sylveon. Rotomo does pretty solid. It's one of those Pokemon that doesn't really need the hidden power.
Yeah.
Grass Electric is great coverage. I think Rotomo is probably at its best in 8. I always thought that.
I would
Because
agree.
it still has the defog, which is actually a really good defogger.
And default's
Gastrodon-
important here for Victini.
Did Gastrodon get anything in 8?
No.
Did it get hazards? No,
No.
Still only the good old Gastrodon.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that expensive here. It's
Mhm.
fine. I feel like the top is just so heavy that the bottom guys kind of just...
Yeah.
I don't know.
You do have spikes with Gren. If you can ever
Yeah.
find time to click them, but I think if you want to run anything other than Boots Victini, you're gonna be defogging pretty regularly anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably. Like with Korth, what else are you doing? Like you're clicking U-turn and defog here. Let me look at the type matchup real quick. Yeah, it's not really weak to anything, honestly. Pretty solid team, lot of pivoting, good breakers. Maybe a little bit special heavy, for my opinion. Like it's only really Victini and Korth doing physical damage.
Mm-hmm.
Latios does it with Psyshock, and Gwen did get SD in Gen 8.
Latios got DD in Gen 8.
Yeah, but it's really weak.
Also,
I feel
Gren
like
didn't,
DD
I think Gren
Latios...
didn't get SD until Gen 9.
Was it Gen 9 where it got SD?
I
Okay.
think it was Gen 9.
Okay.
It didn't get it until Protean was nerfed, I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
Hmm.
that's fair. Yeah, I mean, it's probably fine.
Oh yeah, what did we say? Greninja wasn't even in Gen 8. It's because this is Gen 8 Nat Dex.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't in Gen 8. That's kind of funny that they didn't put in their favorite guy.
Well, they wanted to give like, I don't know, Cinderace a chance to be cool,
Hmm.
because then it has its own little Protean. But Gen 9, they were like, just give it the Sword Stance, give it the bad ability.
I kind of would have liked a Pokemon on this team that really likes the grounds being gone, because I feel like every single Pokemon on this team shits on grounds.
I mean, Victini
So-
doesn't match up great in
Ah,
some
it's-
grounds.
Really, does it? Like, I feel like they need to resist the fire move to actually be good into Victini. Most are slower. Like, there's only like
I guess
only
it's like
Garchomp being
Chomp,
faster. Yeah, it's only Chomp.
Landos.
I mean, do they match up well? The Lando T.
You can run a resist berry on Lando T and you're fine into it, I think.
Oh, I mean, Bandit V creators like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This team was something fun like a Zergatry, or like
Exactly.
a
Exactly.
Nihilado. Nihilado would be
Yes.
crazy. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. One of those mons. That would have been heat.
I just listed 2 Ultra Beasts. All of them hate grounds.
They kind of do, huh? Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one. I think this is just a pretty standard balanced team. With definitely bad Stealth Rockers. Wait. Are you sure? Because it lists
Waiting.
Garchomp having rocks. I mean Gastrodon. And I put in Gen 8. Oh no, I didn't. Wait, did I? No, I didn't.
It does not have a Magene, I'm sorry to
No,
say.
it's sad. I mean, yeah, that definitely makes it a lot worse. At least Gwen can click spikes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Next.
So, this is Lambo.
Alright.
I really liked this.
I also really like this.
Yeah.
Cool Pokemon.
You have some screens, hyper offense with the Klefki, Moltres, Galar, Como-O.
You got pretty good on most sorts of teams as well.
Mhm. And Torn.
But at the same time, you kind of have like
A
this
balanced
backup
angle.
of like,
Yeah.
yeah, you just have 2 fat regen mons, a bulkier Komodo. Moltres can kind of just be this random setup bomb at the end of a game that wins regardless. Like,
Mhm.
it works great on HO, but it works great on these sort of slower paced teams as well. Gengar likes that as sort of vibe as well. Last year just hits really hard. It will
last
randomly
two
check
mons
mons
are a
that you
little,
think you lose
a
to.
little suspect here. The last two mons are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know.
I mean, honestly, I
they're
don't
not, like,
hate them
bad.
last year. Like, it just has good stats, and some teams really struggle to switch
And you have
into
the
it.
trick.
But
You have the trick room teleport angle with Slowking.
that's also
Yeah.
true. But I do not like the Jolteon. I agree with that. I don't think Jolteon is good in Gen 8. That's worst gen.
Mhm.
Tough one. Though I get just like wanting to cap out speed a little bit, not having
Yeah.
Torn just need to be speedy every week, because Torn likes to run a lot of Bolt sometimes.
Mhm.
I mean, this team was just pretty bad into electrics before picking up the Jolteon, kinda too. Like, it's not that
Mudsdale
good.
can struggle a touch, but
Yeah.
Komodo is pretty good into electrics.
That is true. Como is pretty good. Yeah, Como, I mean...
Yeah.
Como, yeah, it's fine. Como also being the best ghost resist because it can block the only ghost move.
It does
Great
block.
job.
No, this is Gen 8. That's Poltergeist.
Yeah, I know there's Poltergeist, but there's not a lot of Pokemon running around clicking that move.
And Hex.
Okay, who runs Hex in 2025?
Spectre.
Oh no,
It's
don't
true.
give Targo ideas. Don't
It
give
only has
Targo
4
ideas.
moves. Shadow Ball and Hex are 2 of them.
No, Targo, you can only run Shadow Ball
No.
into Lambo. You can
It
only run
learns 4
Shadow Ball.
moves. 3 of them are status moves. Okay,
Yep.
that's how Spectria works.
Seems going to be annoying. I don't know if I like a regen core on a team that is so offensive, like kind of hyper offense. But I mean, regen cores just always work.
Mhm.
I think, as is the case where, like, I think some people try to differentiate their teams by gen mechanic. Gen 8's mechanic is definitely teleport, and I just think having a random teleport guy you go into with boots on, and Torn that has boots on, and just, like, getting a knock or a teleport or a U-turn or whatever, and just then keeping the pace up where, like, that can be helpful, and it lets Lambo play at a slightly more familiar, slower pace,
Mhm.
while like leaning into offense.
True. Definitely.
Next.
Who clicks rocks on this team? Is it Como and Mudsdale? That's probably fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
These spikes is usually what we're doing.
Yep.
This next team is.
This is Johnny, right?
Yes.
You
yes,
can
there's
tell
no
it's Jonathan
Shifu on
pretty
it.
quickly
Just
because it has an
just no Shifu.
Shifu on it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Oh, and
the
it
This
has
only
a
one I looked
Talonflame,
at.
Zarude, and Polian. Now that I'm seeing it here, I wonder if that's what gave me the idea.
Okay, so fire, water, grass, all in a row, just so we like can see them. But also, there's a second water above the first water.
Yeah, this team got sniped repeatedly.
Did I do it?
No, it was Lambo every single time.
Ah, yeah, true. Lambo and Johnny just went on kind of a sniping mode.
Because I told him he could wait on Klefki and he needed the speed of Talonflame. Now Talonflame probably would have just gotten taken.
Hmm.
But and then
I really like Empoleon Talonflame. I think
Mhm.
it's great.
yeah.
Yeah, I reach
So
over
do
quite
I.
well.
So do I.
I mean, this team is really physical. Like, really physical. I feel like Slowking and Empoleon often just run defensive. But the 3 physical threats pair decently well. with each other. I think the only typing that they all lose to, I mean, I guess they all kind of lose to Fairy and Flying, but
Fairy gets covered by Cloaking, Empoleon, Talonflame.
Yeah. Flying is a bit of an issue for this team, though, for sure. Empoleon does get worn down without Roost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well, it
that's
has
the biggest
Colossal
issue,
to resist Flying.
Okay, we're not talking about Colossal like it's a Pokemon. Nah. Nah.
So mean.
Yeah, but it's what it is.
It's
Bolt
true,
Beam
but
hits into this team really hard, too.
Yeah.
Speed, it's really fast. I think that's what I already said, like, having just 6 Pokemon being straight 97 and higher. That's really good. That's really fast. I also like the Foster's pick. I think that's good value. I think that's what Johnny took from Lambo as revenge.
Yeah. I love, like... I know this team is already heavy on physical attackers, but Frostlass is way better physical than special this gen IMO because of,
Yeah.
it actually hits kind of
Excellent
hard with
Poltergeist.
Axel plus Poltergeist.
Yeah, base power does do its job there, kinda.
Yeah, but I do feel like Cloaking does run special attack a lot in 8 because there's no, like, it doesn't get a pivoting move, so you're running Assault Vest a lot more.
Good point, good point. Or even Trick Room
Yeah.
Life Up. I
Yeah.
think that's Cloaking. That's a really good Cloaking set in 8.
just hits really hard. It's kind of fun.
It does hit really hard. The base power of its moves.
And
Never
special
needing to run
attack
any
is
speed.
like slightly higher than regular Slowking as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's a really good point, yeah. For sure.
And there's a Comfey, which can scale with Calm Mind.
I think this team would have really liked an Electric, though. Like
You
a
probably got
Shifu
sniped
is a
of it.
Root, Talonflame. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know
should
what
have had like a
Electric...
Coco.
SMH, no, not drafting Coco, Johnny. What the fuck?
Would have helped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Comfy. Decent Pokemon here. Don't know how much it cost. If it cost like 7, that's fine.
I think it was like 7. I think it was like 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Interesting. I like that this is... this is also pivoting really well, this team. Did Empoleon already have Flip Turn in 8? I assume so.
Wasn't in 8, I don't think.
Oh, Empoleon was also not in 8, huh?
No.
Yeah.
So, still though, Zaru, Talon, Shifu, really offensive
good
pivoting core, and then Comfey kind of matches in there just to deal with the dragons that the Firewater Grass would otherwise struggle with.
Yep. It's definitely
It's
true.
good stuff.
Good to have. Let's go to the next team.
Next.
This is Ceramic Vase.
Alright.
I see.
What are you
I
talking
see
about? This
a
is Ceramic
villain on
Vase.
this
This is
team.
Aurum.
Orem, I thought this was my team.
No, there's a.
I really like
There's
that.
a Cobalion and Ribombi. This is an Aurum approved
I really-
team.
I really, really like the top 3 Pokemon. I think those are all 3
Agreed.
like just
Yeah.
Top 4.
insane Pokemon in Gen 8. No,
Yeah.
all 3. We're not talking about Nihilego here, even though that is
Why?
a cool guy. Just because he's cool doesn't mean he's good. Oh, it is good.
Okay, literally be nice.
It
But
does a
okay,
lot of
I
work
get
here
it.
because
No,
it's the
I'm
only
not
real
being
fairy
nice.
resist on this team.
Yeah, it's pretty necessary. So this is a very offensive team.
Without Nihilego,
Um,
this team gets moonblasted to death very quickly.
No,
Yeah,
but
that is
the
very
light
true.
screens are up, is the thing.
Oh, the screens are up.
Oh, thank you, Reggie.
Yeah.
Lucky.
This
Thank you,
Cobalion
Richie.
Pokemon in Gen 8 is just the biggest fraud. I hate Cobalion in Gen 8.
It's my favorite steel type. I love when it resists the types I want my steel to resist.
Yes, yes. I also love when it just doesn't have body press, its best move.
Oh, it doesn't have body press in Gen 8 either.
Nah, it also
Oh.
wasn't in 8. Like, same with Keldeo, it also didn't get flip turn because it wasn't in the game. Kinda sad.
No, I don't-
for Cobalion.
No, I'm pretty sure it was in 8, but then wasn't given body press
Oh,
because
that's
they
even
hate it.
sadder, no? That's even sadder.
Yeah, no, it was definitely in 8. It just didn't get it.
Oh, this team
Yeah.
is fast though. Did you ever see a gap from 95 to 30? That's kinda crazy.
Yeah, see a gap from 200 to 125.
That's also quite the gap. Does this team kill grounds for Ileki? It kinda does. The top three
Well,
do it well.
we were talking about it before, where we're like, oh, this team needs a mon that struggles into grounds like Nihilego. So Nihilego is paired with Regieleki on this team.
Yes,
As,
there's both the ground
please-
abusers.
Please God, oh God, I need Slowbro to be able to pivot into this ground endlessly. And eventually chip it down.
Yeah.
Slowbro Weavile. Lando Eye matches up well into most of the grounds this gen.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
But it just feels like this team doesn't have enough hazards to actually punish for grounds for just pivoting out immediately afterwards.
Yeah, this team also doesn't have good hazard game. Kobayom being the only real stealth rocker. Like whenever I put...
Nihilego runs it pretty well.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess Nihilego. I mean, it kind of needs attacks most of the times, right?
I think it can,
Like,
you
you
can
can
run...
Stealth Rock 3.
Because yeah, you're running like Media Beam a lot of the time, right? Which is really strong.
Yeah.
And then you're just
It is
running
really
like Power Herb, Media Beam with like... You're running the speed boosting nature, and then you just run like rocks and 2 other coverage moves, and you're like fine.
Yeah. Hexorus got CC in this. This is kind of good for Hexorus. A reliable fighting step. Not step, reliable fighting move.
It is
That's
weird
kind of
because
good.
its attack is so high, it almost feels like a fighting type.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Which is good,
I think
because Kabalion doesn't.
Yeah, that is also very true.
I think their close
I mean-
combats are pretty close in average damage, I think.
I think so too, yeah.
Pretty
Stab
close in
90 versus
combat.
unstabbed 147.
Hmm. This team is so offensive. Holy shit, this is like slow bro, do your thing. Please hold my team together kind of thing.
Please, if there was a
Please,
man
Slowbro.
to do it, Slowbro, God bless.
Mm. Can do it.
Alright.
Does Landros kind of has like no help into Elixir, right? I guess Hexorus helps a bit, but Hexorus being defensive. I mean, why are we talking about defense? This team is not doing anything defensive.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's just
Alright.
an offensive kind of team. Let's go to
Next.
the next one.
This team
Fortune
has
Alright, so this is your team.
a Kirim on it.
team.
Wow.
Oh, Kyurem. Good Pokemon.
hmm
Yeah, this team. After my Gen 7 HO squad, it kind of felt like I wanted a real balanced team again. Like, to be my most confident. Because I feel like I drafted weirdly in every gen this time, like picking Swampert round 3 here.
I mean,
Just
it's
because
a,
I felt like... Yeah, Swampert is great in Gen
it's
8.
a ground type that pivots, which,
Mhm.
if you want that, it's either Swampert or one that's a bird. So it's the only one that resists rock while providing pivoting, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have this random mid-tier that you absolutely need no matter what, otherwise your team doesn't work. I'm not saying that it's like mid-tier at all, Swampert's just good, but like,
It is.
yeah, like, you could replace Terrakion with something, you could replace Scar maybe with something, you could replace Klebby with something, but Pert is pretty unique in its role.
Yeah, I felt like I knew Terrakion wasn't gonna go, so I was pretty sure, like, I was pretty close to the end of the board. I think I was like pick 9 or whatever. So I was pretty sure people after me weren't picking Terrakion. And I felt like Swampert was necessary because what King Rock said, there's like nothing really to replace it with the pivoting involved.
It's like, Lydon, that
Yeah.
sucks. Like,
I mean, I paired Cinderace Kyurem because Cinderace like brings in all the waters, Kyurem shits on all the waters. Same other way around as Kyurem brings in all the fairies, but Cinderace kind of shits on all the fairies. That was kind of the idea behind this too. There also was like 0 speed left. There was Cinderace and Weavile still on the board. Weavile went to pick after me, and Weavile just doesn't work with Kyurem. Like going double ice is that's just not what I... So that's something I can do. I think the interesting pick on this team is Celebi. I don't know, I'm in a love-hate relationship with Celebi. I feel like I needed the fighting / ground resist here, and Celebi did that the best. I also really liked having rocks on another Pokemon, so Skarm can run spikes.
hmm Well, I mean, you have Rocks and Swampert and Terrakion already.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, but
Yeah.
just more rocks, you know? Can you ever have enough rocks?
Mhm.
No.
My patient needs more stealth rocks.
I will
Yeah.
say,
I also really like...
I think Celebi is your only knockoff mon.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of knock, that's for sure.
Rough for Gen 8, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of can get it done, but it means your hazards might feel less relevant.
For sure. I mean, yeah, for sure. People might just bring boots against me, but I'm always fine with people just bringing boots to neutralize my hazards.
Yeah, it's like
I kind of
you've
traded,
invested a
you know?
move slot into it, but now they're not Scarf, they're not Life Orb, they're not this, that, the other.
Exactly. I always like just knowing what item they are when I see them not taking hazards.
Hmm.
That's mainly, honestly, why I would get up one layer of hazards in Gen 8. Just see, okay, they're not that item, they're just boots, and then I'm fine into them. I feel like Skarm often runs hazardless sets in 8 too, because its body press set is so good.
Can. It's a lot of spikes. It doesn't need to
It
set
loves
rocks much,
spikes.
but a lot of spikes.
Yeah. I often feel like Skarm doesn't have the bulk anymore in 8 to set up as many spikes as. I feel like it just roosts a lot of times, you know, or actually has to body press to get the threat out. Or like roar. Like that's kind of what I feel about Skarm in more modern gens. Like it doesn't just sit there and spike and spike and spike like it does in 3 to 5.
Yeah, it depends, of course. I think half the time when you're checking something with Skarm is taking like 35, 40, and you do need to roost an attack. The other half of the time, Skarm takes 10, and you get spiked up for free.
Yup, I agree. I like that I can bring every Pokemon in this team kind of reliably. Like, there's no shitter on this team. Like, even though Skuntank is not that great in 8, it's not a shitter. It still has great typing, good ability. Yeah. I mean, I just had to pick Skuntank. I wanted Magalola, but it didn't quite work out point-wise, and I really liked the Jellicent. Like, double water is just always great. I love running double water. I feel like 90% of my teams have double water type.
Type.
It's one of the best. Yeah.
Next.
Next.
Just hates double water.
This is Swallow, and this must be a Healy.
I saw the Blaziken, and in my head I was like, this isn't a Healy team.
Yeah, like he really has that mon like a lot of time. Yeah, I recommended Zygarde, I think. And
I actually think Zygarde rounds this team out quite a bit.
yeah. Did I recommend something else? I don't know, honestly. Probably the Lad. I think I said the Lad. But Quadrant Swallow is definitely to a Healy Pokemon.
It's very much just, this team is gonna kill you, it's gonna glare you, it's gonna T-Wave you with Zapdos and Registeel, and then it's killing you.
It is killing you.
And that's good.
I don't know how I feel about having Swallow and Crawdon on a team with minimal pivoting.
You didn't need to say anything else, you just said Swallow and Crawdon on a team.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3 Mons pivot on this team. I mean, 2 of those Mons
What,
come like
Starmie
every
flip
week.
turn, Blaziken U-turn, Zapdos U-turn.
Okay, no, Blaziken U-turn? What are you cooking?
Blaziken gets
No, but...
It does, but, you know, how often does it
Wait,
yeah, I mean...
Blaziken has U-turn?
Yeah, it got it in Gen 8.
It got it in 8? Really?
Yeah.
I thought it had it before as well, but... Maybe it didn't actually. Blaziken got
I meant
so
Swallow
much in Gen
can
8.
pivot. But...
Yeah, no, it is Gen 8 with U-turn. Yeah, no, it's a really decent U-turn on in Gen 8. Like, you run it in OU, sometimes.
That's so funny, I never knew. That's crazy, Blaziken U-turning.
The other thing with bringing Swallow is you're putting a lot of pressure on Starmie that kind of has to spin with the Swallow. And
I mean,
honestly,
if you
with
bring...
the Blaziken too.
I mean, there's also
I think...
for Queasing.
Oh, yeah.
What's the difference between 100% Swallow and 1% Swallow? They're dying to the same moves.
That is very true.
I don't even care about removal.
Click Boom Burst. Boom Burst.
It clicks Boom Burst 4 times, and hopefully gets 2 kills. That's enough.
That's what I want from my Swallow.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I like I like the defensive options this team has, you know? Like where you run the Lad and you run Starmie and Registeel and Weezing. And then you just bring in Zapdos and Bandit like Zygarde or like sweep with Blaziken at the end after everything is T-Waved. Like this team is spreading para so hard. Static Zapdos, everything is T-Waved. Glare, it's just so annoying, this team.
And it's all to enable big man, Mr. Crow.
Yeah, Mr. Craw is going to come in. Honestly, the Crawdon might do stuff on this team.
I think it might have to.
Also a lack of knockoff on this team, but...
You kind of need that when you're
I mean, Blaziken gets it.
You don't want to nerf Crawdon's Nox.
Yeah.
What do you
Blaziken,
mean using Crawdon? This is Crawdon coming more than twice? More than once, maybe?
I mean, using it twice is a 67% bring rate.
Yeah, that's why I
It's
changed
true!
coming once. It's so interesting, like, you can draft teams here and, like, maybe use them twice. Imagine you're getting a forfeit win, too. At the end. Which then
you get a forfeit win and you, like... Yeah.
I like this team. I think this is a good team. This has, like, no real, like, obvious weakness. Electrics are a bit of a problem, for sure. But the Lad is one of the best budget answers into electrics. And like they don't really have, like Zygarde has the bulk to just take Zera's play roughs and Coco's dazzling gleams quite decently. This team is cool. I like Registeel in 8 as well. Getting body press made it become a lot less passive. Like the rest talk body press set, or like just the rest body press set with rocks or T-Wave. It's actually quite dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are we moving on? I think we're almost done with Platinum.
Yeah, I feel like we've been here for a little bit.
Okay, who choked again? We have one more team. It's Targo's team. Let me just copy paste it real quick. We went 3, right? Okay, this is the last team. This is such a funny team. I don't even know. This team is so funny.
It's I'm trying to like So there's like a touch of a speed gap between like 600 speed for Lucha and like 400 speed Spectria and then Rillaboom.
Yeah, and Shell Smash Blastoise, which is kinda in the middle, right?
It's a weird one, yeah, where Shell Smash Blastoise also hits 500. Yeah.
This is such a funny team. I think Targo just cooked and wanted to try something new, honestly.
I mean it's clearly very offensive, and I think it works well for that. Blastoise is gonna be shell smashing a lot of the time. Nidoqueen is I don't know if this was it was taken after Nidoking, because I think Nidoking was round 4, where this was round 5.
He wanted King.
I think
in chat.
That makes sense. I think Nidoking would have looked a bit better here.
Sure.
It's an angle to take. Like Heatran can be really good offensively. Blastoise can be really good offensively, but at the same time, you have this like fallback, slightly more defensive team where you're not bringing Lucha. You may be bringing like setup Grimmsnarl instead. You're doing something weird with that.
I think this team is so weak into flyings. Like there's only Heatran.
Well, I mean, given it is Pride Month, I do think the trans will do well, but...
Damn, that was a good one.
But you're only gonna play one Gen 8 game in the month of June.
No, okay, but for that one Gen 8 game, Targo will have my powers.
Oh, that's crazy. Then he's going to cook.
Alright. Let's look at the Pearl teams.
Let's look at the Pearl teams. This is the first. This has a Tapu Koko on it, and this is your cousin. This is...
this is my cousin.
Yep.
This has such Gen 8 vibes. I don't know why. It's a Seismitoad.
Yeah. Seismitoad is just the best Pokemon ever made. Prove me wrong.
In Gen 8, like, I have such flashbacks to early Gen 8.
I didn't have nearly as much influence on this team as I did on the other ones. I just told him that Coco was probably the best first overall pick, and he picked the Latios and Corviknight. and then he sent me a plan to look at while he was working, and I was like, most of this is good. I like the Cinderace. I don't remember if the Seismitoad was already on it or I put the Seismitoad on it. I'm very good at adding Seismitoads to plans.
Mhm.
Originally, it was an Amoonguss, which I didn't really like because its sleep isn't as helpful in a Coco team.
For sure.
And I mean, same with Roserade, but like Roserade at least has other things it can do.
Mainly
and-
hazards.
Yeah, and I like the Porygon 2 for the teleporting.
Yep. Porygon pretty good in Gen 8.
And Carbink is here because Stealth Rock.
You mean Misty Explosion?
Drifblim, I've become a big fan of recently, and I love it on Coco teams, where you
Yes.
can just have this random 500 speed, like,
Oh,
pretty defensive guy that's clicking Calm Mind, or
Chris
it's
is
clicking
confirming
Strength
that I
Staff and
put
is-
on the Seismitoad.
Okay.
Oh, you're
Sounds
telling me
like
now
you.
for the first time?
Sounds like you putting on a Seismitoad.
Yeah.
I think this team
Yeah,
is really
Drifblim
solid.
has games.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. Maybe a bit. Nah, honestly. Nah, seems fine. Maybe like I mean it's a bit ice weak, but it's kind of whatever. Like most of the ice types, like you can switch in Porygon to Kyurem, you can switch in Corviknight to Weavile. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, it's only Seismitoad getting up rocks.
No, there's a
because we're not
Carbink. There's a
bringing-
Carbink.
Okay, can you stop naming Pokemon that are coming to no games?
I mean,
Look, it could come to one
I'm
game.
okay with Seismitoad as the sole rocker if it is.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if the rocker is like Seismitoad, and if you have like a decent spiker along with it.
I have never not
Yeah,
seen Seismitoad
like-
not get up rocks.
Yeah. And you have
That's all he does.
you have the
Yeah.
option of court change as well.
That is very true. Codchange is pretty good in Age.
Yeah.
There's a fellow Cinderace user in this.
Yeah, sorry, this is
Definitely good.
Pearl. We're making Diamond go last because you all took forever to draft.
Yeah, Diamond is.
It's true.
We are slow with Diamond as Diamond was with us. Okay, are we ready to go to Team 2?
Next.
Next, this is Kai.
Alright. So this is the Lila team.
Round 1 Lele into then getting Lando T round 2. Must be nice.
It's very funny.
Uh,
I don't like that this team has like no synergy with Lele. I feel like if you want Lele, you're probably getting an Unburden user, right?
it's either Unburden helps. I think just anything that's like really fast but is crippled hard by priority enjoys stuff a lot.
That too.
Usually it's either mons that lose to Sucker really easily, or it's just like the mons that are so frail, like they're built like a twig.
But is
Doesn't
there
really-
something like that on this team?
I mean,
Not really.
Kinda
right?
It's Inteleon, but Inteleon doesn't struggle as much. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It
Like, I
resists
would
all
want, like-
the prior, right? Like Bullet Punch and Ice Shard.
yeah.
I don't
Like-
think this is a good Lele team.
Yeah.
Wait. Is
Wait,
this? Oh, okay. This Heatran is Cavalier.
Really, it's fine. It's just like a random, really good breaker that has good like utility sets with like Taunt and Combine and
Guys,
stuff.
the only
but,
one to
like-
resist is Inteleon.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
Alright, this is problematic.
Just as like,
That is very problematic. Inteleon is not a water resist. Inteleon is a water guy, but he doesn't take the water.
Mhm.
Spulk is
I do think the water resist on this
subpar.
team is Rest Torch Snorlax.
Mandibus with max Bedev investment.
I think the third best water resist on this team is Heatran. I can't even lie.
Honestly, kind of true. Yeah, I don't think you
Heatran
can run a
is better being the
Lando.
water.
You can't run a Lando Heatran team with Inteleon being the water resist.
You gotta have like Rotom Wash and then a Dragon as well.
Yeah, or at least a good grass like Roserade, Amoonguss, something that can take water attacks.
Lose help.
Poor Urshifu matchup. I'm really hoping you're not facing an Urshifu because
That's
Rest
the
in peace.
thing, right? Like, what if they saw their other 3 matchups and they were like, oh, these water types suck, I'm not drafting a resist.
Can Inteleon take 2 jolly Surging Strikes?
Almost
doubt it.
certainly not.
I don't think it can, yeah. It's going to be rough. But Mandibus can. Let's go Mandibus.
Yeah, Mandibus is kind of a Shifu check. That's not
If it's
great.
banded though. Not if it's banded.
Yeah, no, banded Surging Strikes does 80 billion to everyone on this team.
Yeah.
And it's faster than most of them.
This is going to be rough. Maybe you want to make a transition to get a better water resist.
Alright,
Maybe
so,
take off Snorlax. That's not a good Pokemon.
So if it's
As
Adam,
I am in my
Voice Band,
current
or
state, I would
Shifu,
recommend transition.
Surging Strikes might OHKO after Stealth Rock.
Yeah,
Inteleon.
that sounds about right. So
That
Scarf
makes
probably
sense.
quit Chaos. Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
It's a roll to 2-hit KO with the Jolly Scarf. It's 46.9 to 55.5.
I think I get what the Escavalier was supposed to do here, because this team is also hella fairy weak.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was only Heatran, and there's a lot of fairies with ground coverage. I guess Mega Diancie not in this format, if that helps. Mega Altaria is also not in. Are there even that many fairies with ground coverage then? When the Megas aren't in?
Regular Diancie. Yeah, not
that
really.
doesn't count. Yeah, not really, right?
It's a grand
this
ball.
team's Primarina matchup. Oh no. Okay,
That's
yeah, maybe
Assault
fix
Vest
that.
Snorlax time.
Oh, not the Assault Vest Snorlax. Oh no, oh no. Let's go to the
Yeah,
next team.
Next team.
This is our favorite Jirachi enjoyer, and Ditto
Like and
enjoyer.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yep.
Yep.
And Sylveon. I think that we're on all 3 teams.
Oh damn.
I think Jirachi, Ditto, and Sylveon might have been on all 3 teams. I'm not sure if Sylveon was. I know Jirachi and Ditto were.
This team is hella slow. 100 top speed is not it.
It's a tough one. It's between like 2 mons, which yeah, you're running like close to max speed, but you're not always actually running max speed, especially on Jirachi.
Yeah, especially on Jirachi. And I feel like Salaman's also one of those flying types that doesn't really like to run boots that much, unless it's the defensive set. I feel like the offensive set kind of wants some other items. It got to a wing beat in this gen, which is really good for Salamence. Great buff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this team is bulky. This team is hella bulky.
Yeah.
Try breaking Sylveon, Suicune, Gliscor, Jirachi, Moltres, Gastrodon with a Jagagi. And then I guess you have Ditto and Salamence as your endgame sweeper.
Mm-hmm. A lot of wish pass into the Suicune.
Could work. Could work.
Yeah.
Don't really like Gliscor Salamence on the same team because of the quadruple ice weakness. But Moltres kinda balances that out, and Suicune also pretty good into grounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyurem is very scary for this team, though.
Kyurem is really scary, but Jirachi can check it decently, and so can Sylveon. I mean, honestly, this team is pretty fine into. This has 2 of the best Kyurem answers.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of teams that don't have a single one. This is an interesting team. It's really slow, but maybe it can just do it, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I like most of these mods. Statox on Gliscor and Jirachi, no spikes, which a balanced team like this would really like. Knockoff is only Gliscor. Yeah. Slight issues, but the defensive synergy on this team seems pretty good.
Alright. Next.
Let's go to the next.
Slight issue.
Slight issue, yeah.
Alright, so...
This is a fun team. This is Jamboy.
Alright, so this is Sand. So Lando I doesn't have... So Lando I has the option to be Sand Force or Sheer Force on this team.
Let's go, Lando I.
Sand Force, I guess you'd only really run for the physical EQ sets.
Yeah.
because the special sets, the sheer force is just significantly better.
It's Hooper and Chandelier on this team.
You have
and
pretty
double
solid
steal.
ghost resist in Tyranitar.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, they kind of do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Hooper, Chandelier.
And we've been over how Cobalion does not resist the things you want your steel type to resist, so Ferrothorn with its
Yeah.
though somehow neither resists flying, but you have T-Tar and Dracozolt, which covers that.
I mean, Dracozolt is really scary.
Mhm.
I don't know if this team needs the wraps.
Webs with Lando Eye is
coming to
always
minigames.
a threat.
I mean, yeah, for sure, but... I mean, Dracozolt also likes the wraps because then it outpaces Scarfas.
Mhm.
Cobalion is such a fraud, but the rest of this team is probably fine. I don't know I don't know what the Hooper does on this team, honestly. I just don't see
It
the
hits
Hooper.
pretty hard.
Yeah, it does hit hard, but doesn't Chandelier is just better Hooper, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of. It knocks. That's what Hooper does here. It just knocks.
Yeah, because T-Tar doesn't knock yet. Pharaoh does, but...
Yeah. Pharaoh
And
does
Lando
knock,
Eye
Lando
does.
knocks. Yeah, but it never really runs to. Like, Lando Eye runs knock like every 5th game.
I'd take you to the semis.
Yeah, if you get that 5th game in, then it's good.
Yeah, this is a cool team. Pretty offensive too. Like, there's no Mon with recovery outside of Vaporeon, but Vaporeon is decent.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Mhm.
Interested to see this team play.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next. This is Stone of Jazz.
Alright, so we have... Alright, so this team has a Toxapex on it, so Blitz probably hates it, as Blitz hates Toxapex, as we all
That is very
established.
true.
Yeah.
Very true.
It's true.
I don't hear any wrong
We have the
thing
Pearl
being said.
Hero combination of Baby Hippo and Excadrill.
This
I
team is
love
so
Baby
top
Hippo
heavy. Look at the
team.
first 6 picks. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, getting Gren round 4, Drill 5, and Hydra 6 is whoa. I think they were quite in the middle of the draft. Oh no, I think they were at the end, honestly. It's always weird to see with his dog.
A lot of pressure is being put on Toxapex. I mean, what else is new with Toxapex, but... Like, it's definitely your main fire resist. It's your main, like, special water resist. Physical water Skartana can kinda handle. Fairies, I guess it's not as tasked as much with. Grounds can be a little tough. Grounds can be very tough to this team.
Grounds can be tough, for sure. But there's okay-ish things. It's kinda tough. Not like when both the ground resists are weak to fighting, and don't really resist rock either. Quite tough. Let me look at this before we go. Holy fighting weeks. I think almost all of the top ones are fighting weak.
Except for
Outside of
Speed and
Yeah,
Toxapex.
Toxapex.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Which aren't, like, they're good fighting resists, especially packs, right? But you know when you're clicking bandit CCs, and the Toxapex is getting one down, especially if it's like Scald Burnt or whatever.
Future Sight the Future Sight teleport into a fighting type to this team would be very, very concerning.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Also double dark, but both kind of fake darks.
Hydra's real.
I mean,
Right.
Hydra is a
Yeah.
real dark, but it like just crippling to fairy coverage is kind of, you know? Like a lot of ghosts and psychics have the fairy coverage. That's what I mean about fake darks.
A little bit.
It's probably fine, just a little bit. Rocks are on a good amount of Pokemon here. Spikes too. Removal is drill. Yeah, I mean it's just really offensive, right? With the Toxapex on there. I like the speed tiers. good. Okay, are we going to the next team?
Yep.
Maybe.
Okay, this is a Zara Zyga team by Seba. I think Seba was the person leaving the server, right?
Alright, so this is the team for
Yeah.
whoever wants it. Who wants the somebody step right up, step right up. You have Zeraora, Zygarde, Primarina, Bronzong. We know you love Bronzong relics.
Yeah.
Gengar, Zero Ghost
What's
resists.
Yeah, this team needs a dark.
Yeah, this team is definitely missing some things.
Yeah, a little
It
bit.
definitely needs a dark. A fighting type would also be helpful.
We do like fightings.
I feel like you maybe want less one-dimensional, ridiculously strong breakers.
Wait, these breakers aren't one-dimensional.
Darm is.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, only Dam.
Okay, yeah.
The rest of the guys are kind of versatile.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also not I'm not big on Lycanroc midday.
Yeah, but I think it was really cheap.
For good reason.
It cost 4. That's actually okay for the speed tier and like having the Endeavor or Stealth Rock set with the Saddle Rock.
I guess it is slightly faster than Dusk.
Yeah.
So it does something.
Yeah, being 110 is not that bad. There's quite a few Pokemon in one, like being slightly faster than 110.
Mhm.
Does this team have anything that shits on the ground? It has Serena and Prim, which are both kinda defensive-ish Pokemon. It also has a Torn.
Prim is
Yeah.
a very offensive Pokemon.
Wait, did Zara fall this deep in Plat and Pearl? Must have been, right? It's like pick 7, pick 8.
I think that's fine.
You saying that picking it round 2.
Yeah.
Like pick 2.
Yeah.
I just think it's a first-round pick. I don't think... Like, it probably wasn't, like, the best thing to pick it to, but it was the Mon that was, like, high value that I wanted to use the most. If other people didn't want to use Zeraora, if they wanted to use, like, Tapu Lele instead.
Nobody wanted to use Tapu Lele.
Somebody
Telling you
did!
right now, no.
Somebody did!
Not in Platinum.
Oh, yeah, I mean in Pearl.
Somebody did, yeah.
I mean, generally, this team probably seems fine. Maybe just get rid of Dam and put on a Dark type. You fix the kind of ground weakness. You fix the Ghost and Dark and being overly weak to Rock. I feel like this team does not need a Dam Manatan. Bronzong and Gengar probably do fine into Fairies. They share a few weaknesses, but I don't think a lot of Mons abuse Fairy coverage with Ghost and Dark coverage. It's not a lot.
Yeah, it's a weird one where it's like Gengar can kind of do some of that, but not all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. This team just really needs a Dark. Okay.
Next.
Let's go to the next one. There's another Spectre team. Spectre Mew.
And no Dark
This
type.
This is
I see.
Cammy. I like Spectre plus. Wait, is this not the team I'm looking at? Did we skip Cammy? Wait, did I input them in the wrong order?
Maybe.
Why am I choking? Where's the?
Alright, so who is
Oh, yeah, I just clicked at the wrong one. So no, we're looking at Cammy's. Wait, what?
What?
I'm trolling. Okay, so this is Python. Let's look at this first.
Python.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, Python.
Yeah.
We need a Dark type on this team imminently.
Yeah. I also don't like Feeny Spectre.
Yeah, you're...
And Feeny Volcanion, and Feeny Registeel,
Feeny
and
D-Knight
Feeny
isn't great
Gorgeist.
either.
Yeah, Feeny D-Knight. I feel like almost all of these mons don't work with Feeny outside of Mew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A lot of these mons don't want to be I mean, D-Knight is probably... Well, I mean, D-Knight doesn't give the status immunity. So I guess it does only hurt D-Knight, but D-Knight can be used in terrain because it has dual wing beat. But...
It can, but I feel like D-Knight still often runs Dragon coverage in 8. Like, dual wing beat is just so unreliable. Kind of. Like, it's okay, but it's not great.
But yeah, this team needs a dark type desperately. This is another team that could probably benefit from a fighting type as well.
Yeah, for sure. You always want to pair Spectre with a fighting type.
And Mew.
And Mew, both of them.
Yeah. And they both really like a dark, like a Muckalola or something.
Yeah, this team is really dark and rock weak, so this team would love a fighting.
Yeah.
Okay, there's dry, three rock weeks, 3 dark weeks, and the only resist is Feeny and Registeel for and no ghost resist at all. Yeah, this team definitely wants a dark and a fighting.
Yeah.
Maybe we can cut out on the Gore guys. Like, there's too many like ghost kind of Pokemon. Volcanion plus Feeny, I kind of get it. But like I said, I also don't like Cryogonal and Mew being the second fastest Pokemon after Spectria. And then Evire. Like, this team has no good fast Pokemon outside of Spectria.
And Spectre is a lot more limited in Gen 8 as opposed to Gen 9 where it has no limits whatsoever.
For sure.
Yeah. Goes beyond its limits.
Yeah, probably needs some fixes, this team. I don't think this team works as it is. Maybe... It's hard to fix this team with, like, 3... Like, you could drop Feeny, but... Like, so what would you drop? You would drop Feeny... Get another Fairy... Maybe drop the Pumpkin guy...
I honestly wouldn't hate Grimmsnarl here.
Yeah, it's not bad. I wouldn't hate the Grimmsnarl either. D-Knight, Volcanion, Spectria, Mew all really like screens. I don't know if it works with like a Registeel kind of angle, but even Registeel can work under screens with the ID set. Yeah, maybe get rid of Evire or Cryogonal. Does this team even need Cryogonal?
I would like cheap Cryogonal just because you're making 3 transactions and Cryogonal is cheap, a ground immunity, and has good spec. Like, I think Cryogonal offers a lot more to the table.
Yeah, I like the Cryogonal here.
Yeah, I
and Registeel.
If I'd pick the things to go, I would pick Gourgeist because you don't want to stack the Ghost Weakness any more than you already are.
Yeah. Feeny Gourgeist, I think definitely go. I don't know what the third one is. If you even need 3 to fix it.
It could be Electivire, it could be Registeel if you find a different steel type that works better, but
I don't
that feels like fine. It's enough.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe look at making some turnips. It also kind of fixes your speed tiers because you're kind of huddling around like 80, 85-ish quite a bit right now. Maybe there's like one fast one you can get. I would kind of like a Whimsicott on here. If it's still available. It gives you one fast Pokemon, it gives you Encore, which is always great playing offense because you can counter their setup. Yeah, maybe look into that a bit. Let's go to the next one. Now this is Cammy's team. She skipped before, for nobody's fault. We're not accusing anybody here. And I see 2 Pokemon that do the same thing. There's an Espeon and there's an Alakazam.
And I also see 2 Pokemon do the same thing, which is a Zoomerl and a Shifu Rapid, actually.
Kind of, yeah. Oh no, this team has no ground resist.
Oh no.
Oh no, we hate that. Oh no, we really hate that. This team
has no ground. This team has no ground either.
Him on top is staring at me, and he knows what he did. Like, him on top knows he shouldn't be.
Hitmontop knows. For sure.
Alright, so you have 2 Mono Psychics and 2 Mono Fightings.
That is not good. Those are both not good typings.
Well, they're like
I
fine,
mean, fighting is
like
defensively. Defensively.
defensively, yes.
Yes.
If you're drafting 2 monotypes of the same type, you need a really good reason to, typically. Like the Urshifu Rapid with Azumarill, like that's fine. I mean, I don't like having double water where they're both physical, but I can understand it. They both offer different things. Azumarill's a fairy, Urshifu's a fighting type. Oh, there's 3 fighting types.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Surfetch at the bottom right as well. It's like.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, his team is really fairy weak, really ground weak. Just like the defensive table is just really weird, just because the typings double up so much, and then you have Pokemon that have 0 defensive value, like
Hitmontop.
what's that guy called? No, the spider guy.
Galvantula.
Yeah, that thing just does nothing defensively, kind of. Because
What
it has
spider
5
guy?
defense. Yeah, the spider guy.
Yeah. All right. So
Regidrago also. Yeah.
if we were fixing this team, I would immediately dispatch one of Alakazam or Espeon. It's really up to you. Alakazam is the better bond, but Espeon offers like kind of decent hazard control, so I could see the case for keeping that. And
Maybe, yeah.
Hitmontop and Surfetch need to go.
Yeah, that would definitely fix the team a lot.
Yeah.
I like the Drago under the webs. It could do well. The Drago is kind of weird because it doesn't have coverage in 8.
Yeah.
It doesn't have EP yet. So, and I think it has Iron Head, but
You want some
Doesn't
things that
steals.
abuse fairies and steals. This team would love a fire,
yes.
a poison, a poison.
But it
could really
needs
benefit
it needs
from.
something. It needs something that resists ground. That's the most important.
It needs
Oh,
something
yeah.
off the ground. It needs a draw state.
It needs a ground and something that resists ground. Maybe something that does both. Let me just look on the tier list real quick. Maybe there's
Is
something
there a
left.
Hold on.
Gliscor or a
What if we get
Landorus
a
available?
Fourth fighting type, we'd grab Buzzwole.
I think there's a Garchomp on the draft board. So that's a good Pokemon.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The problem is I don't know if dropping like Alakazam, Hitmontop, Surfetch gets you there.
Yeah. I mean, there's other decent grounds like Swampert. And looking at
For a third
ground
water
resist / immunities, you could maybe do a Rillaboom team here. Or there's also Zapdos. And Rotom Wash. Like, there's a lot of good Pokemon still.
Wouldn't Wash is open in Pearl? Oh my god, I wish I was there.
I think there's like a complete high tier team open in Pearl. Like, just looking at.
I was gonna say, you said Rilla, Rotom Wash, there's like a Zapdos Garchomp.
Yeah. we can make a good squad here.
There's
There's even a
fixes
Slowking
available.
on the board.
There's fixes available for what ails.
I think
these
I'm on like
teams.
round 1.
Yes, I know. There's actually both slow twins are available in Pearl. I just saw. That's crazy. Those ones are broken in Gen 8.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can even pick a Slowbro that helps against the ground weakness. Just
It
because
already has
that's a
2
big-
water types.
It's a fat guy. Yeah, I guess you would have to drop. Yeah, it's hard because this team doesn't really have any Pokemon that are worth a lot of points, right?
Yeah.
Like dropping Espeon, Hitmontop, and Surfetch gets you like what, like 15 points max?
I would probably drop Alakazam before I drop Hitmontop. Or, I mean, not
This
Hitmontop.
team is so
Espeon.
slow.
I think
This team is so slow.
you have
if
to make
drop
a
Alakazam.
you have to make a 6-mon team. I think you actually just have to say I am
To get
keeping
the
a
roots.
Shifu, Aegislash, one other guy who's good. You're dropping the 3 highest points otherwise, and you're trying to make a team.
Yeah, I think that's that's honestly, I think, yeah, you probably keep the Surfetch just because it's 1 point. Or is it like,
That's 1 point. Oh, that's fine.
is it 1 point? Let me just check if it's 1 point. I don't think it's much more. The Surfetch, it's 5? Wait,
Oh,
that's a scam. Get rid of that guy.
That's
It's actually more
that's a big
expensive than
issue.
Hitmontop.
There's so many 5s and 4s and like 8s and 9s on this team. You can't actually drop enough of them to get good Pokemon.
Yeah, Galvantula is actually great value at 6. Yeah, you might have to drop Alakazam for 11 here. I actually don't know how to fix this.
With our pretty restrictive what's it called? Yeah, with our pretty restrictive transaction policy this season, kind of tough sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe... Are we dropping Urshifu here?
No, right? That's the best mod on the team. I'd rather just build around it in
I mean,
full
you're getting
swap.
another good Pokemon that
The-
actually does something defensively.
Yeah, for like Zapdos, maybe I guess.
That just makes me feel bad. I think there's a lot of directions you could possibly go, a lot of choices you could make. I think this team could probably eke out a couple wins. It is still really offensive. It has cool setup. It has webs. I reckon if you're not too sure on it, player of this team, just try it. Just see how you feel building it. But if you're finding that, you know, maybe you're a little electric weak, maybe you're a little ground weak,
I would
you know,
build
there's
for
some
your
good
week
suggestions
3
for you.
game this week. Well, you can still make changes that would affect your first game. And if you find that, like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm playing a Landorus, how do we deal with this? You may wanna consider changes that would be in effect for week 3.
For sure.
Okay. Let's go to the second last team of Pearl. This is DB.
Alright.
This
This
is one of
is,
the best Pokemon in Gen 8 in my opinion. Tornadus
Darn.
Styrian.
Yeah.
This is a Sniperman 77 team, except it has a Regieleki.
There's no ground type.
Yeah, oh, there's no ground
You're
type.
right.
With Torn. Oh no.
The electric
no.
resist is Regieleki.
No,
Oh.
no, this doesn't work.
It's
Nah.
Alright, so we have some
it's strange
problems here.
sometimes.
We have some problems here.
We have double fire, double psychic. Like, I think the Victini just doesn't do anything on this team.
No, it's triple psychic. It's triple psychic.
Oh yeah, there's a Starmie too. Oh, triple psychic is not it. Yeah, I know. I think the Victini has to go.
Yeah, I would jettison
I'm
the
sorry, Victini.
but they do make up for the triple psychic with double dark.
That is true.
It's true.
The darks are kind of fraudulent.
We need to take the Persian out back, I think, as well.
Yeah, the Persian and the Victini might have to go behind the shed and get shot in the head.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, because this team, you really want to ground with Torn. You need something that resists electric and
I
rock.
like the rest though.
Yeah.
I like Torn, Starmie, Weezing, Infernape, Drapion, Metagross. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Always love Psychic Steel with Weezing. That's a great core. Also love Starmie with Metagross. I think they cover kind of the coverage moves they want to hit into each other. A bit.
I feel like you want another Pokemon that like abuses grounds, because I think the Regieleki could stay and have a place if you do that.
Yeah. Second water resist. This team probably really wants a grass over Victini. And Persian. Like, what does it need? It needs a ground and a grass. I think that would fix this team, honestly. Over Victini.
What did you say?
And this team needs a ground and a grass.
So, what mons were you saying? Oh,
I don't know what mons I would... Yeah. I mean, there's still a Garchomp on the board.
Oh yeah, Garchomp.
Every team is like,
this
it could be better with Garchomp.
Yeah, this is the team. I've decided. You sir, please pick up Garchomp. Who is this person?
DP. I don't know if...
DP.
I don't think Victini Persian is enough spots, enough points.
Oh, well, don't worry.
Sure,
we can
right?
find
Like,
something else to drop.
There's a certain electric type that could be any other electric type.
But
in the
that's
game.
also not a lot of points, though. It's like 4 points.
It's too expensive.
Yeah. Let me just look how many... Oh, I guess the Victini is 16. No, you could drop Victini Persian, pick up Garchomp plus 1 point grass. There's actually decent grass types in 1 point.
1 point is my favorite tier for grasses.
Yeah. Quilladin is in 1, which is an amazing Pokemon. This team would love a Quilladin.
The lad.
The lad. Can never go wrong with the lad.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe do that. Okay, last
I'm
team.
noticing with a lot of these teams, there's a lot of redundancy in your Pokemon on these teams, in some of these Gen 8 teams.
Yeah. I think not so much at the start. Actually, we had decent defensive
Mhm.
cores, but at the end now we're kind of getting to
Yeah.
doubling up on types that shouldn't be doubled up on. Okay,
Doubling
last
up on
team.
not only types, but types that fill like the same role. Okay, this is
Oh, that's
Dragovish
not true.
Webs. Okay,
Yeah,
this is a team.
this is Jam. This is a really scary team.
Yeah, this is a very good team.
This gives such Gen 8 vibes, seeing Clef Dracovish next to each other. Orbeal giving me flashbacks to like early draft of Gen 8 where we used to think that Mon was good.
This team is so slow.
Yeah,
It's
so
so
Nitpicks,
slow.
very reliant on Webs, incredibly reliant on
Yeah.
Webs.
But reps are just so unreliable because
Yeah, especially with Boots.
everything has
and,
Defog and Orbeal is a shitty ass Pokemon.
and your knockoffs are
Yeah, this is-
Fable and Galarian Lanoon.
Yes, Galarian Lanoon is the goat.
You also... Oh, okay, you do have Rapid Spin. But...
Yes, it's a pretty bad spinner too though. And I think the Delmice actually was pretty expensive. Cost 8 points. That's a lot of money for a Delmice that doesn't have
It is a lot for a
Poltergeist.
Delmize.
Yeah, no Poltergeist, I think.
You can get
You
like
got it in
a
9,
superior for that price.
which is also
you
a
get a
bad
Whimsicott
Pokemon.
for
So we're
that price.
trading bad Pokemon for bad Pokemon now.
No, you can get Whimsicott, that's an okay Pokemon.
That is a good Pokemon. I would never say anything against my boy.
I think this team is
No?
very weak to Ghost. Galarian Lanoon is not the best Soul Ghost resist.
Yeah, Nidoking is also not a good Soul Rock assist.
Oh, Jonathan.
Yeah,
was, Jonathan was attempting to call in for the last person, saying that Meganium would be the 1-point grass you want.
Ah, yes, yes,
Ah,
Meganium.
Of course, of course.
Of course. Because Johnny would love a little Meganium guy on there.
All right. Yeah.
Meganium.
Ari says
Um,
fastest Mon Lanoon is sad. It is very sad.
It is very sad.
We agree.
Ah,
Kyurem the
this,
next.
this is
season,
a funny team. I don't know. This is funny. Dracovish, Nidoking, Kyurem, like 3 of the strongest guys, and then you have the fat ass Celesteela, Clefable core.
Yeah.
No Autotomize on Celesteela, right?
No, it does. It hasn't.
Okay. Okay,
It's not that, so it kind of has everything, but like,
yeah,
it's just a little worse than Gen 7.
Okay. That was the Pearl division.
All right, now time for
Now-
Diamond. Where I expect.
Now we
all
have
these
to let them wait an hour.
Oh yeah.
Like
all
at
right.
least another hour just waiting here, sitting here, doing nothing, and then we go on to Diamond.
Yeah.
And then we do one
Sure.
team every, I would say like 30 minutes.
I mean, we
yeah, I'd
already
say
do
so.
that anyway, so.
Yeah, we can.
That
we
is
can
true.
skip
It's like,
ourselves too,
All
like
right.
while doing them.
All right. So
Okay,
we have
first
another
one.
Coco Lottie team.
Yes.
Who is
okay,
this?
it's very good, folks. This is Austin.
Okay.
What to say about Coco Lucha with a Lottie on it? They sure are there.
Wow. Yes, very true.
All right. So the only Stealth Rocker is Don Fan, which locks you out of Assault Vest Don Fan, which is a bit of a problem.
It's true. Don't worry though, when you're running the rocks, you don't need to run Rapid Spin because we have 2 other Rapid Spinners on this
oh,
team.
thank goodness. Yeah, Electric.
Sarina and
Has all the spinners.
I guess
know.
Latias and Zarina protect you enough into Electrics that it's not bad.
so
I think
bad.
this team-
No,
I think this team looks solid.
Hmm.
it looks fine. It looks good.
Yeah. I don't really see any glaring thing. I really like the Typhlosion. I think Typhlosion is a good value pick for 2 points. It got boots. It
No,
has
this is
eruption.
Austin's team, Christy.
Tentacool, great budget mons. We have Halucha plus Coco, which is a classic pairing. Ladias is okay. Moltres, decent. Serena, good Pokemon. Aegislash, good Pokemon. Donphan, good Pokemon. Yeah, I don't really see anything wrong with this team.
Yeah, it's just like it might struggle to do a huge amount of immediate power.
For sure.
Like Aegislash is great for it, but Lottie kind of wants to clean up a game. Coco wants to clean up a
Yeah.
game. Lucha wants to clean up a game. Moltres wants to clean up a game. I wish we had one more like dedicated breaker.
I can see that for sure. This team kind of wants a breaker. And then there's Typhlosion to answer our calls. Yes, Typhlosion, we can.
That's-
You
see
have
on
that's
three
there.
actually
rapid
true.
spinners to free it up to run specs.
Yes.
It's true.
And how many defoggers? 2? 3 defoggers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be giving up your
Kinda good.
terrain with that.
I thought, yeah, but maybe that's good because the opponent has Zero Aura.
Let me check if opponent has Zero Aura.
Let me check if the opponent has Zero Aura.
They do. Yes, week 9 they do.
See? Synergy.
Synergy.
I think I like this team. I would give it a good rating.
Alright, next.
Let's go to the next team. This is Freaky Dude.
I like it.
Garchomp? Not falling to you,
It's
Shaded?
got Garchomp.
What's going on here?
I know. I was actually so ready for the 3rd Garchomp in a row because I would have taken it because it would be
Would've been
really funny.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm kind of glad I didn't.
It would have been boring.
No, I mean, yeah, Chomp, Feeny, Pharaoh, very just like good. Just like do a Garchomp gets a bunch of damage, Feeny somewhere in the middle, Ferrothorn just gets all the hazards up. You end up in a good spot with Moltres as far as
Moltres
like
is great.
it's just a really strong mon, just hits really hard. Good defensive piece to pair with that kind of defensive Fire Water Grass. Which is also part of your like Fairy, Dragon, Steel. Like you're covering a lot with those top 4, and then you kind of have like pick whatever you need in the bottom 5. I feel like Zam is usually the choice 90% of the time, and then just one of the other 4, whichever's like playable. But that's fine, I guess.
I think Kabutops and Peng is kind of a mediocre Pokemon, but
I think you're
doesn't really
running
have to come
Pangoro
here.
sometimes.
yeah, I mean Weezing, Pangoro, yeah, Alakazam and the Lizard, they're kind of decent. I don't
Yeah.
like Moltres in terrain. I feel like that Pokemon always wants to spread status.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
fine if this
terrain
is more of
also
like a
little
special
suspect.
breaker, but
Yeah, Garchomp got Scale Shot this gen, so it's actually the gen where it runs Dragon Step. Where it just was edge cracking a lot in older gens.
You also
yeah.
remove your option to run like Life Orb Draco a lot of the time.
Yeah, which is not
A
a good
set
in my
that
opinion.
I really enjoy.
At least not in
Differing
8. I think it's a
opinions on
better
this
set in old gens.
It's good in 6, and for sure.
Yeah.
7 is similar as well.
Depends
You're running
on
Z in
right?
7 a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't... Zam is so weird in 8. I don't know what to think of Zam.
Yeah.
I feel like having Zam as a Pokemon I want to bring just sounds so weird.
Yeah.
I just don't trust that guy. It's not that
It's
good.
Schrodinger's like mid to high tier. It feels
Yeah.
like it should do so much, but you look inside and it's been O-code by 18 coverage moves that don't hit it
Yeah.
effectively.
When a Shifu doesn't even need the 3rd Surging Strike, you look kinda bad.
I feel like a Shifu doesn't need the 2nd one.
It needs the 2nd one, now you're capping.
No, it
Even
needs
one-
the second one to break through the Pokesash.
See?
Oh, of course. You're right.
See? I think this team overall is solid though. Slight anti-synergies, good speed. I don't know if Zam is a good Pokemon, we'll see. How expensive was it? Cost like 11?
Yeah, it was a double-digit point value on.
I feel like,
Seems fine.
yeah, it's 11 with Azelf.
That
Yeah.
seems fine.
As a
Okay.
Schrodinger's Pokemon.
Let's go
Like
to the
Azelf a
third-
little bit more because it has U-turn.
True. I honestly think Azaf is way better of a Pokemon than Zam is. Just because there's Fire Blast too.
And Knock. Actually, Zam also has Knock. He
Yeah,
actually
but
does damage.
Azaf has,
Different type of knock.
has an attack
Yeah.
stat, yeah.
Alright,
Magic
regardless.
Cut just doesn't do anything for a Pokemon as cushy as Zam, I feel. Like, only Focus Sash, and that's it. I guess Life Orb doesn't do damage. Okay,
But at that point, you
Third-
could just run Boots. Yeah, regardless.
we have another contender for pretty slow team.
Oh wait, I'm doing my
Yeah.
laundry. I'll be up in a second to survey this.
Yeah, you're also lagging because you're too far away.
It's scary.
But the lag
It's
or
just
this
Pollux's team.
Yes.
Yeah, the lag. I'm just scared of Kinrock being annoying. This team is also decent. Like, it's a weird one, right? It is pretty slow. It's quite defensive. Mew, as we've said, is really good in Gen 8. Arguably its best gen.
Mm-hmm.
Prim is really good. Zap is really good. Like, there's a lot of good Pokemon here, but it is kind of missing, like, something.
The fast ones are just kind of bad, right? Like the slow
Yeah.
ones are good.
Drill. I am like fine with Drill off sand, but it kind of
Yes.
has to be the Rocker every game here, which fine.
That's not the
but
best.
You're running those sort of drill sets on offensive teams. This is clearly quite a defensive team.
Yes. Yes. Normally, balanced teams like slow, fat-ass teams really want good hazard game.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like a team where you have to fog with Zapdos to not lose your own HP because you're a fat-ass team.
Yeah.
Does Goodra
I
get
don't know.
sticky hold?
No.
Oh.
What? Where's that coming from?
Well, it gets gooey. I thought maybe it had
Yeah.
sticky. Well, I'm just saying because Zapdos can like always be boots, but if you're really weak to knock.
Yeah, this team is not that knock weak. But it's only really prim. Like, even Instant doesn't like losing its boots.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't think I like this team. I feel like it just power drops so fast after Mew Zapdos. It's the round 7 drill. I mean, Mew drill Zapdos. They're all just hovering around the same speed here as well. This team needs something fast and strong, I feel like.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the...
Terrakion, maybe?
How's the type chart? Type chart
Maybe.
looks decent. Exodus the only rock assist. Which is suspect. Terrakion is gonna love this team. But outside of that, probably decent. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
Yay! What is this? This is Silverstone. So we're probably in for some heat. This looks like the most normal Silverstone team I've ever seen. What is this?
Were there already
Where's the-
transactions made? I thought he drafted like 2 bugs.
Yeah, that's what he normally does. That's why I'm so confused by this. Looks like a normal team. I like almost all of these Pokemon.
Didn't he
Outside
also
of the
originally have
Raticate.
Zapdos on his team?
I don't think they could have changed that much already. Oh, this is a green-ass type chart. Wait, this doesn't look like a Silverstone team. Are we sure this is Silverstone? Let me double check. Yeah, this is Silverstone. Nah, somebody's faking me out here. This does not look like a Team Silv would draft. Can we get Silv in here to give his opinion?
I think he's still
just
in
don't
Japan.
believe it. There needs to be 3 bugs. There needs to be like a weird-ass type chart because of that. I don't understand. Somebody explain to me, please. Okay, Serp is not a good Pokemon in Gen 8, but it's still annoying as fuck. Yeah. I mean, Melmetal likes the Paras. Lele likes the Paras. Rotom Lando is a gold core since always. I don't like the double 4x Ice Week, but honestly it still works because this team kind of shits on ices otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Rotom, Melmetal, Infernape. That's 3 Pokemon that come almost every week and just shit on every ice type ever made. Muk is a good value point. I think it costs like 1, which is a good value pick for Muk. Really helps Melmetal with fairies, because Infernape doesn't resist the fairies. I think Raticate is the funny mon on this team. It's probably coming like to 1 week. He just runs like a flame orb set and just cooks like 2 mons before it just dies. I think his team is good. This is the best Silverstone team I've ever seen.
Yeah, I do like it a lot. It just has like
Yeah.
good mons, but like
Good mons.
feel good to look at.
Good pivoting.
Chunky
Good threats
mons,
coming
yeah.
in. Yeah. Zydog underrated as fuck in Gen 8 too.
You are kind
opinion.
of screwing over your Zydog with the Psychic Terrain, but that's like nitpicking.
I think Extreme Speed actually... I feel like Zydog actually likes the Psychic Terrain because it's so
Yeah.
frail.
Mhm.
And its Extreme Speed is kind of shit anyway, right? No stab, attack kind of being mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fine. There's not a lot of synergy with the Psychic Terrain, I agree with that, but Lele is a good Pokemon in itself. Does this team... Oh, this team has no Dark type, huh? With Psychic Terrain for your opponent? That's maybe a bit worrying.
Is that supposed
Like
to be a
metal and-
Alolan Muck, maybe? Could that be
Nah,
a bit
nah.
of a mistake?
No points left for an Alolan Muck. But Alolan Muck would have been really good here. Yeah, that might be scary. Like if you're facing an Alakazam, maybe, huh? From Freaky Druid. That's a life up Psychic and Psychic Terrain. I think Lele and no AV Man Metal both get 2-hit KO'd.
You
Yeah.
could run Expanding Force.
Oh, that's even better. Maybe just bring... I mean, you can just bring the hidden ability Lele into those. But that's okay, I guess.
You're
Just kick
nerfing your
Moonblast.
own damage by so much, though.
Yeah, just click
Yeah.
Moonblast. It's a better attacking type anyway. Okay, let's go to the next one. Going through at record pace here. Ooh, Regen Core. Oh, this looks like a U team shaded, honestly. I see Torn.
I genuinely kind of thought the same when I was looking at stuff. This was very funny because Ari sniped me on the Persimmon, like the round before I was gonna take it. was like,
Not a
damn, Ari, why is your
Persimmon
team-
Snipe.
I know, that was like a crazy one.
That must be like
this is
the
very-
least snipe Pokemon ever, honestly.
I know!
So many Pokemon that do like similar things too. Did you what did you take instead then?
I took Medicham.
Oh,
I wanted
that's easy one.
I wanted the bulk of Persimmon mostly, but like I just wanted another breaker anyway. So
Okay, let's look at this Ari Gmo team. What do we have here? We have... Honestly... Just a really solid
Good.
team.
yeah, good pivot between the top
Yep.
3, 4. Gets in. It's a weird one because it gets in just like Zarude mainly as a big damage dealer. Like Slowking and Torn are going to be doing enough damage, and that's kind of the idea. I wish there was one more guy on this team that just hit really, really hard in the face, and I guess that's Copperaja.
Copperaja is a strong guy, that's true.
And Ari has the like regional buff for sure. I think there.
Uh-huh.
So.
Once again, Seismitoad
yeah.
is the only real rocker unless... I guess, how much is Copperaja in this? Is it a cheap Pokemon?
Yeah, it's a pretty cheap.
Cost
5 or
It's pretty
something, right?
cheap. Honestly, Copperaja for 5
Yeah.
seems solid.
Seems decent.
Yeah, I feel like it often just likes running AV though, because its defense and special defense are so bad, so it kind of doesn't like having rocks sometimes. It's one of those Pokemon where you just don't put any EVs into HP and just scale defense or special defense, whatever you need, and then put the rest into attack.
Yeah.
Always love Pokemon like that. They're so funny. Just doesn't... Just so opposite of what you normally do, you know? Not investing into HP. Yeah, this team is cool. I like this team.
It's neat. It's good.
Good job, Ari. It has Ari drafted 3 really good teams. I don't think we said anything bad about Ari's teams ever.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think
Oh.
Ari's like the best person of all time.
Ari is... That's definitely a valid claim. Ari might just be the best person of all time. Okay. We have the next Darmanitan team.
Oh no.
This is... Blazeman. Yeah, not a big fan of Darmanitan either, but sometimes it has really good matchups. It's one of these just turn your brain off, hit buttons kind of Pokemon. which sometimes
Yeah.
honestly just work.
Punch.
What else
Trying
do we
to
have
turn my
on this
brain
team?
on a little bit for this.
Let's turn our brains on for the last few teams.
Rocco's being Stack Attacker Lando a little funky.
Sure.
No. Well, Roselia has spikes, but does it really?
Not really.
Steel being
It's-
stack attack is also suspect.
Yes, Staka is the only flying resist.
It's very much like it has a ton of damage, but you either have to be rock polish Lando or just like you need a game where Spectre absolutely has to sweep and like clean up.
Yeah, this is a trick room team with Spectria, kind of.
It's
Right,
a weird
this is
one.
Staka and Head.
It's strange.
Yeah, this is the first Head we've seen, right?
Yeah, I think
Head
so.
is actually a really
Maybe,
good mod.
yeah.
First Head. Like, Head just lets you play really aggressive team. Mandibus Head. That's really interesting. I don't know what the Mandibus is doing on C. Maybe it was the best Dark type available. I feel like this team did not need a second flying with Rotomole Landorus. Or at least it didn't need a Mandibus. This Mandibus seems out of place. I like the speed tiers. Speed tiers are great. Yeah, just a stack attacker is kinda odd, huh? But it does give a really weird offensive component which the opponent has to play around, right? Stacker actually really scary if it sets up a trick room, like an air balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with Head. Head can just use Healing Wish into Trick Room into Healing Wish to bring in Stacker again. Very interesting team. Definitely a really cool team. This is a cool team.
Built very well around stack attacker.
Yeah, which
How
is
well-
interesting, right?
Yeah, how well that goes is remains to be seen, but I like the idea.
Yeah, I'm rooting for this team. This is a cool team. I always like to see my guy Stack Attacker prosper.
Alright, next.
Next, this should be Nido. This is Nido. This is another one of these teams where you just look at the top 6 and think, holy shit, this is insane. Right? These are some really good
It's-
6 Pokemon.
Yeah. It's a good top 6.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Yep, they dropped 6 Pokemon. I mean, pretty good for 6, but
We have a
I
live
mean, they have a Dronodon. I shouldn't be mean.
Should we interrupt the stream to watch the live game?
No.
We
can
could,
watch
no.
after. Oh good, oh good. Yeah, that's not much to say, right? This is just... I don't think a lot of these Pokemon actually... Like, I think Manaphy is the only Pokemon that abuses the grassy terrain. With its boosted energy ball. And like the healing. The healing is also good for a Raikou, obviously. Log in King Rock. This only has one ground resist, which is the Rillaboom, but it does have grassy terrain, so it's kinda evened out. No dark type? No dark type. Maybe this team gets away with having no dark type. It doesn't look that horrible just looking at it.
The only Hazard Mon that's one of like the top 6 Mons that actually matter is Klefki. Both the Rockers are kind of the low tier.
Yeah.
Mons.
I mean, Dio can run Suicide Lead in this team, right?
I
This
keep
is
forgetting.
pure
I keep
offense.
forgetting.
Yeah.
Deoxys gets Hazard. I just
Okay, you really need to go to bed. Huh? Isn't it kind of early for you?
like 4
It's like 4
I've been up
PM,
since 9.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Oh no, I've been up since 9. What a
Yeah,
shout.
guys,
The
he's been up
the
since
life is so
9. The
difficult.
poor guy. I always stay
That's
up till
okay.
9 to do these streams, huh? Who has the harder burden?
Yeah, that's
Exactly. Yeah, this team is probably really scary to face. I would not like to face this team if I don't have the
Yeah.
answers to these Pokemon. I feel like this just keeps up tempo. And then the last three probably have like one matchup each where they come.
Yeah. I mean, as
Dradagon
far as,
actually
like,
a pretty good
low-tier
suicide lead.
mons that do things, Runa Regis, Dradagon, and Arbok are some of the better ones.
For sure. You can probably wing the ground guy to like the Zara matchup. It's probably the one where you need it. And Dradagon also helps there. Yeah, this team looks scary. Good luck facing it. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is Christie.
This team has a lot of blue on it.
This team is very blue.
It's like it's two water types, but one of the water types isn't even the blue. It's the Thundy, it's the Azelf, it's the Ninetales, Mr. Wrath.
Alright, so this is Veil Hyper Offense with a Registeel.
Yep.
Honestly, Registeel's a pretty good HOMon. You just run the stupid defensive setup set, which kind of has different checks to the offensive setup sets.
Yeah, that's
Team
fair.
actually was supposed to not be hyper offense. I think when Christie reached out to me, I think this team had Katana, Zygarde, Volcania, and Thundy Azef. They wanted to make it actually into balance. But it felt kinda hard just because zero of these Pokemon provide any defensive value.
Well, they have
Right.
defensive utility in that they are like good mons that you can pivot in.
Yes,
Like,
but you know what
to
I mean,
then
right?
get
Like,
more damage, yeah.
Azef, Thundy, Katana, Volcanion are not the Pokemon I'm looking for defensive value. Volcanion in 7 more than before. In 8 more than before because it has boots now, so it actually has HP to play with.
The shoes.
Yeah, I don't really like the Ninetales pick, but it might work.
Poliwrath is also kind of sad because I'm pretty sure it didn't get CC until Gen 9.
Okay, I recommended the Poliwrath just because this team really needed a fighting and water type, a secondary one, because Volcanion is so fraudulent. There wasn't much other option. I think the other Pokemon I suggested was either Poliwrath or Quagsire, so...
Yeah.
It does have it Gen 8 though. It has CC.
Yeah, I mean everything got CC in 8, so I assumed it had it too.
I didn't know if Poliwrath was in 8 or not.
He was.
Of course, the gold.
I forget if he was in the main game, but he was definitely in Isle of Armor.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't like how Ninetales Alola plays together with Registeel. It's a fairy that doesn't resist fighting and is also weak to fire. That's like the part I don't like about Ninetales. I feel like if you had a fairy that's just like any other fairy outside of Ninetales Alola, it had some defensive synergy, I would have liked the Registeel
My
part.
main problem here is that the fighting and ground resists are Thundy and Azelf.
Yeah, that's why I don't like the Ninetales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this was supposed to be Weezing Galar, but JCK took it. This would have made the team a lot better. If this had a Weezing over Ninetales Alola. Yeah. I mean, now we're stuck with this. I think it's still a decent team. Like, the offense part is kind of good.
The offense part is the main selling point, I think.
Yeah, let's see how the Ninetales Alola performs.
Alright.
Okay, second last team. We're almost done.
Yippee!
Now we have the Weezing G Sniper, JCK himself. This is a funny team.
Also the Kyurem Sniper. I wanted that Kyurem.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you wanted to pick it round 3? That's optimistic for Kyurem. It shouldn't have even fallen that far, honestly.
I don't know. I was trying to. So I was between 2 months. We'll see when we get to mine.
What are these 4 Pokemon? How did he get those?
Yeah, I don't know.
Kyurem, Gliscor, Cinderace? Damn. Pick 9.
There's been Kyurem and one other mon, and I was like, I'll leave both of them until like the latest round possible, and whichever one gets picked first, I'll grab the other. And JCK picked Kyurem, so I picked the other one.
Question: why does the speed thing claim there is an Obstagoon on the thing, but the thing says there's a Berserker? Wait, is that an Obstagoon or a Berserker?
That is an Obstagoon. I don't know why it's a Berserker. Wait, let me look.
Obstagoon. Does he look
There's
like
literally just an Obstagoon on the door. I don't know why it's a Berserker. I mean, it's
What
just.
is
Oh, probably
doing?
maybe. Wait, what the fuck? I mean, yeah, it's Obstagoon.
Maybe it's here to point out that this team doesn't have a steel type.
This team does not have a steel type. Yes.
No, it doesn't. Berserker is trying its best.
Berserker is like,
Berserker's
I'm going to
auditioning.
join.
It's auditioning.
I can do it. Yeah. It's probably, honestly, one of the better steel type less Pokemon, steel type less teams I have seen.
Yeah.
Like Cinder, Weezing, kinda checking the fairies. It's kinda rock weak.
You're very.
But Gliscor and
you're very
Urshifu-
ice weak. You're very ice weak. But you
I
have
mean,
Kyurem, so that's less of an issue.
Urshifu, Cinderace actually cover each other's weaknesses pretty well. And are decently bulky. Like, they're okay-ish bulky. Like, it's like I said, it's always weird to see a steelless team, but this team kinda pulls it off, you know?
Mhm.
Like, this is okay. Weezing G definitely needs to do a lot here, and I don't know if my boy can handle it. I trust in Weezing G like no other person, but like if you're facing the Latioses and the dragons that Weezing doesn't beat, this team looks like it's just losing a Pokemon every time. Like, tell me the
Yeah.
Latios switch in right now.
Obstagoon.
Obstagoon, AV Obstagoon.
It's Berserker.
It's true. It's true.
Berserker.
We're gooning.
It's
It's
Berserker.
Berserker. Berserker has to come to on the squad for 1 week to be the Latios switch in.
I would highly recommend the Pincurch and Raichu Alola can be consolidated into a steel type if you're so inclined.
If you feel like you actually want a decent... Oh, this is also the most 95 to 97 team I've ever seen. Holy moly. Obstagoon, Kyurem,
But
Gliscor, Urshifu. Wow, those guys are on
like
the
you're
same starting
bringing,
line.
you're bringing 2 or 3 of those each week. That's a bit tough.
I think, honestly, 3. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, you might just be bringing all 4 subjects. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. I think no opponent is ever not bringing their 100 base speed Pokemon with max speed against you. I'm telling you that now.
Yeah.
This is funny. Yeah, maybe grab a steal, but otherwise this team is pretty decent. Has some serious threats. Kyurem, Cinderace, good core. Who would have guessed? I like that core. Great drafting there, JCK. I also did that. Can never hate on Weezing G. That's a great Pokemon. Shifu broken as fuck. Okay, last team. And it's the best team last, huh?
Well,
No
I
Garchomp
mean,
on it, so I'm already sad.
Oh god.
Yes,
Oh
so-
no, it's a Gen 8 OU team. Oh god.
so this is
No.
so this is. I'm
Oh,
playing.
Oh
yeah.
dear.
This is a controversial one. I wanted to really play.
I watched a Blunder video with a tournament set, and the Gen 8 team that one of the guys brought was like Clef, Hippo, Weavile, Skarmory. It was a Toxapex over the Slowking, and I think there was a Rillaboom over the Zera, but like basically the same team.
Toshade, I have
This is
one
an
question.
archetype in Gen 8. Yeah, go on.
How much do you hate your opponents by drafting these top 6 Pokemon together? Like, just how much do you want to make them suffer?
So I wanted to do something a little different this gen. You know, Gen 6, I have, you know, the funny T-Wave team. Gen 7, it's a pretty normal team, just like offensive-wise. Gen 8, I think a really cool thing you can do in Gen 8, because of the prevalence in boots, is you play this weird knock-based, like, pretty heavy balance
Yeah.
team, where you just have 2 really good... 2 or 3 really good knock users. You know, here it's Zera, Clef, Weavile. And you have, like, a really good Spiker and Skarm. And you're just trying to play a pretty slow game, where it's pretty similar to, like, Gen 3 TSS. Where, like, you have Hippo with Sand, you have Skarm, Slowking and Clef can kind of live forever, because they have regen and the Magic Guard. And eventually Zera and Weavile are going to wear down a team enough that one of them will win. The team has options here with like Clef, Slowking, and Skarm especially, and even Hippo being like setup options randomly in some weeks, like Curse Hippo, Idef, CM and Cosmic Clef, etc.
Yeah.
The last 3 slots then end up being a random breaker into like other defensive teams that might be able to stay for a while with Metacham. My Spectria check in Noctowl, and then something for the Coco matchup with Driftlim because I just scouted my opponent's teams.
Very fair.
Yeah, the Coco matchup
What was the
looks
logic
a little
behind
rough,
Metacham?
but very playable. Breaker, just
Okay.
breaker. Just click
It's like-
CC.
Sometimes games like this, your opponent will have like a different Magic Guard guy who might just stay around for a while. It's just good to have a mon that just does 1 billion damage.
Hippo
kinda does
I mean,
1 billion,
this team
but-
is. I hate how this team is going to play, and it's definitely going to work. I think. Like you have every Pokemon with max HP facing you because you have your fat ass Pokemon that run 0 speed, and then you have 2 fast guys that are faster than every Pokemon in existence.
Yeah, but here's the thing:
yeah, it doesn't
is that
matter, it
like
doesn't matter,
Spike
it's
does
sand,
12.5%.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. It doesn't even matter. It's just a slight issue, right? Like just like Zera and Reworm not doing as much damage to Pokemon they normally kill. But
Yeah,
this is disgusting strategy. This is going to be annoying to face.
Yeah. The
Do you
only
have,
other
like,
issue
any
is
bad mons matchups.
I tried to make sure I didn't have something too bad.
Some fire types seem like maybe a bit of a problem.
It's
Maybe
like,
like a-
yeah, if a fire type can overwhelm Slowking,
Yeah.
then maybe it's a touch weird. But yeah, like they have to be able to overwhelm Slowking and then do enough to everything else on the team. Like a fire type that beats Slowking and then does enough damage to Hippo, you know?
Yeah, I know. Like the only thing I can think of is like Blacephalon right now, and I don't think it got drafted in Diamond, so.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think
Okay,
I'm
look,
the
you
only
need to
Blacephalon
transfer.
drafter.
Yeah, you need to transfer your
Yeah.
team down to be shaded week 1, like you always did. Do.
Yeah, this is true.
It's actually taken twisted.
I can't
Thank God I've already won my week 1, otherwise I'd be screwed.
I mean, we can still transfer down.
Week 1 win in years. Because you
It's-
almost
for
always
ISL,
go up
it's
against
been a
me,
little
and
while.
I almost always do very much what I did to Jonathan earlier.
Stop, man. That was such a hex show.
Me
It's
and
sick and
ISL week
twisted.
1 is very like I have a
Play
lot
me,
of
play me
magic
in week
that
1. Next season, play me.
It's
Do you
true.
really want that loss on your schedule?
So that's where our opinion differs, huh? You think it's a loss?
I'm pretty sure I'm like I've lost week 1, and I've played week 1 in ISL since season 3.
Yeah.
One
lot of
last
them have
issue with
been
this
lucky.
team
Yeah,
is
you
my
are really
Weavile
lucky.
might not have an Ice Stab.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is
yeah.
very true.
Well, Ice
Just
Punch,
an
Ice
shot.
Punch.
Ice shot.
No, we're running trash. Come on, be honest.
No, Crash is gonna miss.
No,
Crash is
Axel.
gonna miss too.
Yeah.
No, trash hits because Axel misses.
Nasty plot Blizzard.
Yeah, that'll probably work better, I'll be honest.
Right?
For the people watching this either right now or via the VOD, I have a pretty notorious history with Gen 8 Weavile. I've had triple Axel accuracy percentages over a season be lower than Sheer Cold.
It's true.
It is
And
very
It's
that's
actually-
not hitting
it's
all
crazy.
hits. That's per individual Axel, folks.
Yeah, no, if I hit like one triple hit in like 20.
Is that also the
Which-
like season that you missed like 3 Compound Ice Thunders in a row?
Yes, this was the season.
That was
Yeah.
such a fun season. That was
You know, it's crazy how I still went like 6-3 because I had Weavile, Urshifu, Rapids, Glowking.
yeah.
Regardless, in this team style, what's better than Triple Axel is the hypothetical damage Weavile can do. It doesn't need to hit the axles, it just needs to knock the boots and force a switch.
Hmm.
Yo, guys, Ceramic Vase got 2 freezes against Papi back to back. I'm just watching. the game.
Impressive.
That is impressive
Impressive.
gameplay. I thought the 3rd freeze was about to happen. Oh.
third threes and like
Papi's so lucky. Papi's so lucky not getting frozen on the third ice beam.
yeah.
And this is rough.
Anyway, I think we can just about wrap it up. Yeah.
Yes, we're
Sounds
done.
good. Alright. This has been the draft review stream. Stay tuned for week 1 late recaps later this week. Probably. Alright, good night.